It was freedom that held the knife. More excuses to cast aside. Gonna say I told you so. We're out of luck and out of hope. Shortcut to be a star. Wasn't born to raise the bar. When deciding what all is right, everything crumbles down and drowns a life bell. Feeling, open your eyes and embrace the call and screaming freely. Let's get 'em. So giving yourself, you're giving yourself the best shot. You're giving yourself, you're giving yourself the best shot. Don't you gotta get so what you gonna get? Swear it, don't you dare forget. So you give it your best shot. Go reach out to get ya. Gotta go reach out to get ya. Just go reach out to get ya. Gotta reach out for it. Go reach out to get ya. Gotta go reach out to get ya. Just go reach out to get ya. Just get in, get out, get onto it. Can't remember to forget who I lost the bet. Now I'm picking up the kills, gotta pay the bills. Hit the reset, being grateful. Won't catch me, got level. Not feeling, I'm finally indestructible. No breathing, no ceiling, no ceiling. Let's get 'em.
季節はずっと並ぶまだこの前を遮るものは何もない
朝からと線にしぐれを暗射して君という沈黙が聞こえなくなるこの日々が色褪せる僕たちが君の匂いを知ってしまっても置き忘れて今でも遥か住んでいる今でも
You don't want Mark Month. Your points were giving willingly. We were there for cupcakes. Obey or be timed.
So what happened with the audio is, because of what I was doing beforehand, I still had my wireless hooked up to it, and it's set for headphones, so it doesn't hear anything unless the headphones are listening to the thing I'm listening to, and it was not listening to the thing I was listening to. So what can you do? Let's see. Mark Month 2 returned to, in my opinion.
Make your own Mark Month. Take everything that we've done, re-upload it in a row, title it Mark Month, and we will copyright strike you.
Back to thematic parallels, my favorite. The start of Mark Month, question mark, the importance of waiting. Hey, what are your thoughts on the latest My Hero Academia chapters? It was a Todoroki chapter. This was,
yeah. I don't care about Todoroki.
I don't care about their drama.
The fact that Nagant got more than got more than Gentle and La Brava is criminal.
It's
disgusting.
Mark Month guys, remember that guy that shows up out of nowhere, uses a sword to kill everyone that killed Krillin, then does basically nothing else for the rest of the story? My man Yajirobe. Hello, oh boy, more Mark. People talking about the music. Yep, that was the issue with the music. This banger, did they watch Solo Leveling? No, I have it on my list of things to read. I just not have gotten to reading it.
I think I downloaded. Yes, I did download it.
Dragon Ball Month. How you finna react to you catching strays by Trigger? Did he? I don't know.
Oh man. Well, we always do. So he had his little spat with whatever the dude online. So it probably was just like, oh, they just like those ALX people, weirdos, female emotions, curtain down.
Kendrick said, I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flights, it's gonna be direct. Make a video or don't. Like, other than that, what I have no interest in listening to what that man says outside of laughing at him every now and then when somebody sends me a clip.
Because it's just the same regurgitated lies and over exaggerations and not the full truth.
But if he makes a video, I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely do it if it's something that interests me. If he does a video specifically against us, we'll definitely do that. If he wants to have a one-on-one discussion with me, I will certainly do that. Beyond that, I have no interest in what he's talking about.
It's not like it doesn't go both ways. We talk about Triggered here, so
yeah.
It's not like, oh, he can't talk about us. I'm like, no, do whatever.
Whatever to entertain your audience. I don't care. Who remembers Goodbye Son? You're the reason I'm dead.
My goodness.
Unknown Gaming XL
lazy.
Says, I saw what Triggered looks like, and let me just say yikes.
There were a lot of people clowning his appearance. Whatever. That's not me. Mark Month. VGDA, you did a Because Reasons on the One Piece live action. Will you ever do a Because Reasons on the Avatar, the last Airbender live action? We have a big Avatar Because Reasons coming up at some point. We'll probably throw that in potentially.
But I have it downloaded.
Same.
I just haven't gotten around to watching it. I'm watching a lot more stuff, but it's gonna slow down soon because I don't have any more art to make.
Ain't nobody watched that. BGDA, did you know that Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest anime is coming out this summer? Right in time for Fairy Tail 2.
I'm happy for the people that this is for. I hope that the actors get to come back for that because they like the roles and everything. I have the manga downloaded. That is the end of my involvement with
Mark Time, hi, need more feel. YouTuber Fish on the Stick.
Phil, you know how many detractor channels are out there? Go to one of them.
It's currently doing a good breakdown on how Netflix Avatar is very bad.
I'll check that out after I watch.
Funny enough, I've seen Mark's waiting vid a long time ago, so this will be a hoot. This was unexpected. Have y'all ever delved into music? Yes, I used to make music. I used to take samples and just make beats out of them. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had like 2 of them.
I'm not really a music guy, so I don't really have anything to talk about it in terms of the technical aspect of it. I can just be like, hey, I like this. Hey, that motif came back later.
Oh yeah, and don't mistake for a second that my beats were any good, like mastering or any type of thing. I would take a sample, I would go, hey, this sounds pretty good with these drums and this snare, and I'd do that, throw some hi-hats on, loop it, chop it up a little bit, and that was basically the end. I made some ones that I like, and there's other ones I was like, ugh, this is horrible. I made it. Pedo / Mark arc is boring.
It's not a good look for him. I will say that.
Don Kokoro, best DB opening.
Easy, no questions asked.
Oh yeah, My Hero Academia ending in 5 chapters, or is
Easy,
it 4 at this
no
point?
question asked.
Solo leveling is so boring, not gonna lie.
Oh no.
ADABG. Hood Deku. Yeah, that was the guy he was going against.
The almighty Jew Hansen says, peak design for Mark.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
Triggered was cooking y'all, not gonna lie, he called y'all One Piece tards.
Oh man, whoa. Here we gotta go back at him. We're not. Reset the counter, y'all. Yeah, I know. Trigger doesn't know our opinions on One Piece.
Yeah,
we like One Piece. That's all he knows. He thinks that we're cool with Gear 5 in its totality. So he doesn't know. So it's fine. Let him do what he does.
Let him do what he does. Mark is taking a long time with this Straw Hat video.
Oh, it's biting analysis. He needs to go through every single page and interaction. Perfection peak takes time.
What video are we doing first? In my opinion, this guy doesn't have the worst takes, just seems like an overly passionate fan that let fantasy situations take over his mindset. Absolutely. The problem with Mark is both his need to look too far into things and not far enough into things. So he'll say a lot of, in my opinion, this, and he'll just kind of synopsis a lot of the stuff going on and not really delve into his actual feelings on the matter, at least not in a way that's substantive. Mark is a okay content creator, yeah. And I backed off a lot on my Mark opinions once I realized he's just like, hey,
he don't care.
This is a job at this point, and it sucks.
He's done.
One Piece continued to live free in Trigger's head. That's the real issue. That man cannot let go of that series. The funniest thing I found Trigger said was, how do y'all hate my channel? And he was talking to Hood Deku and all these other quote-unquote haters. How do y'all hate my channel and yet keep finding ways to come back to it? And he has to realize that his channel as a whole is literally that. He hates Black Clover and he keeps going back to it. He hates One Piece and he keeps going back to it.
But he doesn't realize that.
And that's the biggest thing about him.
You're doing the exact same thing. Oh, you're doing it for entertainment. You're doing it for clicks. Whatever the case may be, just put that on anybody else and there you have it.
But no, because you can't do that because he talked about just stop doing that. And you just wanted to get the video out and so you can't do anything. Trigger called Puss in Boots The Last Wish mid, and I want to ask why. He'll never expand on his. Just look at it and he'll show a clip and or whatever. I gotta drop an atomic ass black dookie real quick. Hold on. He called Puss in Boots mid solely because of the dog. That's cool. Yeah, and he did.
Nani
like
the Goat says,
movie.
Does Triggered even reads One Piece because it doesn't sound like it he couldn't remember Crocodile's name?
Yeah, I honestly
Cotton
think
Candy
he
Hope
gets
says,
the info.
Triggered must be a vampire because he can't see himself in mirrors.
Hey, DA and
Turn
BG.
that down.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Hey, DA and BG, I think we should get that Mark vid, and this is from someone who doesn't care about Mark. Mark's videos on One Piece aren't even better than his Dragon Ball ones. Oh, God, you guys are still going. All right, we've already got it. So I saw the importance. That was first. We're going to do that.
Dutch says, can you promise no Mark month?
Yes. Sup,
Absolutely.
y'all doing Markham
worry.
again? Yes, we are. Thank you for the super chat. So people have been asking for it. We took a couple revisits off, so we were like, hey, for the next live stream, let's do something special. And the special thing was let's do some Mark videos. We will not be doing a Mark month. Don't even worry about it.
Hard out in 3 hours.
Hard out? Gotta go.
Gotta pick up Chris.
Oh, I wish you would have told me that. I would have started a little earlier.
Well, I didn't know it was starting until I looked and I was like, oh, 4. My goodness.
Yeah, you could have just been like, hey, can you bump that back an hour? All right, yeah, so let's get into these. No names. Let's just get into them. Description boys.
There is no description boys.
There is. Look,
Patreon, Twitter, Instagram.
I haven't put it up yet, but yeah.
Alfonso Rodriguez says, give us the other half of Mark month.
No. Any other questions, comments, concerns, criticisms?
No.
That's your answer. Your answer isn't the answer to your question is no.
We can't. We refuse.
It's impossible.
I don't know what happened, but everything stopped when we did. So no.
Anything else you got to say? Did you turn down the?
Oh yeah, I gotta do that.
Trigger no longer deletes his stream. He just privates them. He seems to delete streams that he doesn't want people to see.
Yep, essentially. When he knows he said something really bad or that type of stuff, yeah, it's like no sir, no sir, no sir. And that's why I honestly think he was trying to stop Salik so bad, because that's a stream he wanted to keep up so we would do it. Because he was just like, make sure this is recorded several times and make sure the live stream, make sure y'all can see it. Because he doesn't really do that. So I honestly think he was just like, Salik, please don't say nothing too wild so this can stay up.
We never even got half of y'all got half a Mark
Yeah,
month.
we got a mini Mark month. What do you want from us?
Like 4 videos there.
One for all, fall cowling, Detroit Smash!
That and people like Trigger just want to be contrarian. No real opinions, just going against the river because they think it is unique. Thank you for super chat. So yeah, Triggered is really feeling super contrarian these days because it's all the most popular stuff sucks. All the most all the most to the side stuff. Actually, this might be pretty good. Like, it's crazy.
Well, he said that he doesn't have the motivation, so
Configuration updated successfully.
Primal instincts, Goku.
Dragon Ball is remembered for this. However,
That was not good. AMV.
Yes. Dude, the walk up for Muzan, all those people glazing it. That's all I need to know about the brain rot.
Yeah. That's all they need.
Because I've said it so many times. I can't watch the One Piece anime, even with all its pretty colors and animation, because the pacing is horrendous.
The anime, they were taking 1 pages and making full episodes out of it and making stuff around that. And it's like, I've heard nothing about what they added, but what do I see on Twitter? The walk. Cause pretty, cause hype. He was glazing it to be a contrarian. When we heard about it, he didn't say anything of substance about the Netflix Death Note.
believe it or not, this is what I think of when I say Dragon Ball. I don't think of climactic battles, transformations, or even world-ending attacks. I think of Snake Way. And I don't mean that in a negative way either. I loved its depiction of Otherworld. I loved the misadventures Goku lost himself in on his way to King Kai's. I just loved the concept of it all. But something that has
Cotton Candy
bothered...
Hope says, I was looking at the episode list and 40 for Zoe is gross.
Zoe was 40?
That seemed right.
I know, Dressrosa was like 100.
Yeah.
bothered me is the notion that anything outside a fight scene or main plotline somehow is considered a waste of time or
But if somebody was to ask you, hey, why do you like Snake Way? I like the world. I like the concepts. I like Goku's hijinks. What more is there to it? Because you cut back and he's just running. You cut back and he's sleeping and he falls off, depending if it's filler or not. You cut back and he's eating a cloud. I don't remember that. But what else is there? What else about the world? It's a bunch of clouds. It's the Snake Way. And then it's King Kai's planet. I think it's like an orange sky as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how... that's a very weird thing to think about when you think Dragon Ball.
significantly less valuable. And I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with that sentiment. When I was a kid growing up, for me, waiting had always been an essential part of what makes a Dragon Ball fight scene exciting and epic. However, lately I've begun to ask myself the question, how important, if at all, is it? Today, I want to take you on the journey I took to answer that very question. And like any journey, a million miles or not, it begins with the first step. In the original run of Dragon Ball, Goku spends 12 episodes on Snake Way before arriving at King Kai's planet. In the Dragon Ball Kai cut of the series, the journey takes only 3. In order to achieve this episode count, the following had to be cut. Goku's time spent with the street cleaner, which was in and of itself a fantastic gag. His accidental falling into hell, where he met and challenged Gaz and Mez for safe passage out of hell. Princess Snake's palace and his escape from it. And finally, finding himself in King Yema's desk, having to start the whole run all over again, which never fails to make me laugh. The same streamlining process was implemented throughout the show, and therefore arcs like the Saiyan Saga.
Paul, that was the purpose of Dragon Ball Kai, to cut out the things that were anime only, to streamline the process. Because that in and of itself, what did it do?
Silverheart Soul says, in the One Piece anime defense, the pacing gets slightly better, like halfway into Wano around Roof Piece.
Now, I'll say the reason the pacing is better is because Oda does a lot of yada-yadaing with his fights. So if you elongate those fights, it's going to feel a lot better because it's a lot of space within that fight to add things. It's really hard to add things to a plot beat where we're here at plot beat A, we're here at plot beat B, and between that, we've got to stretch the time until we get to plot point B. If we're here at the beginning of the fight and the climax of the fight, you can do a lot of time in between those 2 points.
That were
credited
All for it. Cup life, 100%. Live the life of the cup.
Forgot to switch over to DSP ones. Eventually, I'm just going to take away those and just make it all play.
Once 35 episodes in Japanese and 26 in English were edited down to 17 episodes in both languages with the release of Dragon Ball Kai. This brought the anime closer to the manga's telling of the story. This is all perfectly fine. However, I don't think it's fair to say all of what I listed before that was cut had no value. I think that's ridiculous.
Everything has value to the person that values it. That means nothing.
The street cleaner shows Goku's personality. Falling down, it's another adventure. You can say anything has any sort of value, but that wasn't the purpose of what Kai was trying to do. That was what the original Dragon Ball. That's what that was trying.
So
to
let's
do.
recap this situation. I did nothing wrong. Okay.
It enriches the world with character and personality, and genuinely without all of that, it feels significantly more barren and empty.
Hey,
that is a problem with Toriyama.
That's a Toriyama issue. I'm sorry.
Then don't blame Toei for adapting what was in the manga. Blame the mangaka for not doing the thing. If it's barren, it's not up to these moms to try to figure out how to make it a fleshed out world. It should be on the page and they go, okay, cool.
Let's adapt it and move on.
I'm sorry, but it's not a negative that they're doing what Toriyama intended.
And you're mad about it because you lost all that good stuff you love that
Cyberman
they
Wolf
originally
says,
did.
if we wanted good filler, we should have gotten launch screen time. Where's launch, darn it?
Hey.
Toriyama's just like, fighting? No. Useful skills? No. Goodbye.
Manga Snake Way is 4 pages.
Oh my goodness.
But mainly,
What about Great Saiyan showing off Gohan's goofiness? Why do you hate that, Mark?
Hey!
what this all has taught me is that most people hate to wait. A
It's
lot
not
of
about
people.
hating to wait. It's just that they didn't value what that provided.
Yes.
Because it didn't really enrich the world per se. It was just somebody got a clean Snake Way, I guess. But then do they get to a certain point and then the rest of Snake Way is just super dirty? Or
Is it in shifts where one person is street sweeping and then the next person starts and then the next person starts and they end and then they like get flown back to the beginning?
Did you look at the
to start
fucking
their
mirror,
next
you
shift the
stupid
next
Muppet?
day?
do they have to have a gas container to get the whole way back through there and back? is there a marker to be like, this is as far as you can go on one full tank, now you got to come back? What? It doesn't really do anything. It says what happens if you fall, but if you can essentially walk right out, why haven't Frieza and Cell done that?
And as far as the waiting thing, it's so weird because you look at something like Godzilla, and a lot of the criticisms there are the long swaths of time between Godzilla and what's going on in the first American Bryan Cranston one. And the reason for that is because the things in between it are really not good. If it was good human drama, people would be like, okay, cool, I'm good with waiting until I see Godzilla because the stuff I have right now is good. But that's not what's going on. What's going on is those people don't think the Hall for Infinite Losers is fun. Yeah. They just see it as a waste of time. Maybe they think Street Sweeper guy is cool, but the Hall for Infinite Losers is bad. Maybe they don't find the gag of him being in King Yama's death funny.
Maybe they find it a waste of time that he got halfway through and then had to go all the way back. Maybe Princess Snake just didn't do anything for him. It's not about hating waiting as a concept. It's about what are you doing while you're waiting.
I hear that a lot, that Godzilla -1 has some great human drama, and you don't hear people talking about where Godzilla, because the human drama is good at that point. So it's okay to wait for Godzilla, because he's gonna come. No matter what, Godzilla's coming. Hold for effect. And it's fine to wait for it if it's good stuff in between the Godzillas coming.
People don't care about what happens leading up. They just want to see the big moments. In a day and age where you...
No. They want to see the big moments now because the things they like the most about it are those big moments. But at the time, they might have found it fun, but nobody wants to go back. Nobody's going back to just go, hey, I want to see Gohan save that girl in between the Cell arc stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, they might go see Goku and Piccolo learn to drive. They might find that fun and go back to that stuff. But for the most part, they're gonna go Gohan getting mad and fighting Frieza. The Goku Vegeta fight. Either one. That's the stuff they're gonna go back to for the most part because that's the value of Dragon Ball. Point A. Now, point B might be the slice of life stuff and the world building and all that stuff. But if they're not interested in the vast majority of it, why would they go back to it?
YouTubers upload multiple long videos every single day, 365 days a year, where Netflix uploads entire seasons of TV shows to binge from start to finish. The idea of having to delay gratification for the sake of something like story is what many fans today struggle with.
But that wasn't for the story! Yeah. Him doing that all Hall for Infinite Losers, what was that for the story?
Dutch
the
says,
Street Sweeper guy?
Skypia was great, but it was a side journey.
Hey, nah, it was super important. Let's not... the Street Sweeper guy, it might be fun, but what does it do for the story? Snake Princess, what does she do for the story?
This isn't story stuff that we're seeing. If it was, let's see every step of the King Kai training, I'd be all about that. Because how do you learn the Kaioken? What is the process? What is step one of that? He just learns it.
Yeah, if we got something like Gohan teaching Videl to unlock her power, and it's just like, you gotta tap into a certain thing and whatever.
Yeah. King Kai's training him to do the spirit bomb, and he goes, okay, hold your hands up, feel the presence of everything. Or maybe he goes, bubbles, force your energy so that he can feel it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you feel bubbles. Do you now feel the grass? You now pull on that. Now you see how there's resistance. Now ask for it. And you see how it's given willingly. This is what you want. It's something like that, but it's just
planet. Give me that stupid energy.
But it's just we cut back to him, and he's just hucking mini spirit bombs at Boulder.
You've done it.
That's it. You've learned everything that I've got to teach you. So that's the difference between what is
All the single furries, all the single furries, all the single
and just the
furries,
snake
all the
stuff.
single furries.
You know, I don't get why people hate anime filler. One of my favorite episodes in Naruto is Kakashi turn face, and many people love that episode. Oh, trying to learn his face? Yeah, that's one of my favorite filler episodes. Filler can be good if done right. People love G8, Goku, and Piccolo driving. Just make it fun, and people won't mind. I miss anime fillers. Thank you for the super chat. So, I think Demon Slayer could have done with some anime filler where they just go off on a mission to fight some who gives a demon that's might just counter what the Demon Slayers themselves do.
I said when they were off on the Swordsman Village arc, let's just have an episode or two of Inosuke and Zenitsu by
Hi
themselves
Zaldonic
on
says,
a mission.
a favorite EP from BC is Asta, Noel, Finneral retrieving Lolo's glasses from a beaver. I like it because it's funny.
Yes, if you give people stuff, like you can't give them curries of life. You got to give them stuff that they're going to gravitate towards and enjoy. And some people aren't going to enjoy what happened in Snake Way. And this whole for the story stuff, it's not for the story. Literally not.
But thank you for the switch at soul. He didn't say that.
I did say that.
He said that, but I'm just reiterating it.
People hate School Gohan and Boo Saga, Mark.
Crazy.
And that's legit plot point stuff. It is in the story.
This is now Gohan's character unfettered by the struggles of fighting, being forced to fight and protect. This is who he is, because all the situations that we've seen him previously, it is in a dire situation. This is who he is without any of that.
He's legitimately doing TikTok brain rot argument. Mark, I've been reading One Piece a chapter a week for a while. I can wait.
Yeah. Like we said, it's all about what's the substance that you're waiting for, waiting in between the big moments.
Which to me is a shame, because I think part of what makes a journey fun is the journey, not the destination. To prove my point, let's take a look at 3 of the most popular scenes from the original Dragon Ball story to see how waiting played an important role in their success.
お前は赤ん坊の頃から一度も抱いてやったことがなかった。
Where are you going with this, Mr. Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, I'm
Where
curious.
are we going with this?
だな。
We had to wait for Vegeta to get...
No.
We had to see all of Vegeta's struggles to get to this
What struggles?
point. With his anti-hero, with his settling down.
When was he an anti-hero?
What is the point here? You said it's one of the most famous scenes and you're showing it in its entirety? We got it!
This scene sucks.
It stinks!
When we, the audience, were first introduced to the Prince of All Saiyans, instantly Vegeta became the symbol of evil in Dragon Ball. It wasn't until we saw how resourceful and nuanced...
Not necessarily, because Raditz and them are working for somebody. So maybe they're the symbol. I wouldn't say that they're the symbol of evil. This is just another antagonist, just like when Piccolo rocks up, he was the symbol of evil. When Raditz rocked up, he was the symbol of it. It's just, this is the bad guy that we need to defeat now.
Once his character was, did we begin to warm up to him and find him intensely compelling. We watched him suffer and grow, make mistakes and learn. Because of...
Learn what?
Yeah.
Because once he made that mistake, he went on Earth and went, ha ha ha! You pieces of sh! I killed all of them villains. That's why they're not back. Whoops-a-daisy, off.
His overconfidence against Frieza led him to believe that he was a Super Saiyan, and then he got humbled. And then he came to Earth and was just like, you androids, and then he got humbled. Where was the learning from the overconfidence? What did he learn? Where did that get him?
Oh.
I'm like, why did Mark make that noise?
this, he became one of, if not the most popular character in the entire series, culminating with this scene. Having been raised to believe a false set of ideologies, Vegeta's path to redemption was wrought with turmoil, sacrifice, and suffering.
What was the false ideology that he was learned? That he was taught? Because if it's pride, he still has that.
What did he sacrifice? What is the thing that Vegeta sacrificed?
Well, let's look at that again, because...
Culminating with this scene. Having been raised to believe a false set of ideologies, Vegeta's path to redemption was wrought with turmoil, sacrifice, and suffering.
Redemption? His path to redemption? He did not want redemption until this very moment. There was no path.
Yeah, it wasn't like a...
Hi Zaldonic says. And he's wondering why his videos are being taken down because he's put entire clips from anime.
Hey, Toei, what's up?
It's not like he came to Earth and was just like, I understand the bad things I did. Like the arc with Moro. Like, that's a path to redemption. I don't, it's okay if you never forgive me. I won't let harm come to you. I'm sorry for the things like, that's a path to redemption. We're just screaming, I want to be redeemed.
Hey, bald guy, I'm sorry that I killed you and your friend. What is a conversation between him and Tien or Yamcha or Krillin looks like outside of fighting in combat? And that's why I kind of like the Team 4-Star DBZA thing that they did with the Boopits. They said they weren't trying to rewrite or correct things in Dragon Ball, but
they were.
They clearly were, because Vegeta's speech was just like, I'm making potato salad with Krillin. Listen to me, I'm using that muff's name. It's like, okay, that says a lot there. But there's nothing going on with his He's just like, I caused this, and I'm gonna solve this. That's all it was. He does not feel sorry for killing the Namekians from what we see right here and now. He doesn't feel sorry about any of the Tien, Krillin, Yamcha, whatever happened when they first rocked up on Earth.
For all, full cowling, Detroit!
He doesn't feel bad about Filler beating up Gohan, going like, aha, your daddy's dead. He doesn't feel bad about cucking Yamcha. He doesn't feel bad about him, Bulma and Baby Trunks got blasted out the sky, and Trunks saved them. And Trunks is like, you didn't save your wife and child. And he's like, I don't care. He doesn't feel sorry about that. Because if he did, he would have held Trunks before he was a baby. But now, in the moment he's about to die, he's just like, dang, I guess it's time to put up or shut up. Dang, I'm sorry for everything that I did. Not really, though.
I was kind of she.
Am I the wrong one? Is everybody seeing
Am I the baddie?
Hang on a second. I killed a lot of people, didn't I? Huh. Rah! Well, this is gonna be an awesome move in a bunch of video games. Rah!
Guys, I have a question. How did Vegeta and Bulma get together in the first place?
I hate that.
Thank you for the super chat, Sniper Eric. It is never learned.
Nothing.
We don't know what he saw in her, what she saw in him.
It makes Bulma worse.
Oh, for sure.
Because if there was any sort of remorse, you'd be like, okay, I can understand that. But this guy has killed before. The 2 times that you have seen this guy, he has almost killed a 5-year-old child. Your childhood best friend wanted to destroy the entirety of the earth. You see him next time, he again is planning to kill.
Former lover is dead because he came to Earth.
You were crying that you guys had a spat and you can't do anything about that.
Nami the Goat says, Vegeta is Dragon Ball fans' golden gun, and that's sad.
It's because development character, it's not like a Yamcha where there's not too much there.
Yeah.
But everything that she has seen of Vegeta
by this action figure, raw.
Everything of Vegeta that she's seen has been a negative thing. And then it's time skip, and we have a kid. No,
that he doesn't even really give a shit about her or the kid.
And we don't really know what Bulma's type is. It's not like it's bad boys. So it's not like she's attracted to that.
Because even when Yamcha was a bad boy, it wasn't about being a bad boy. It was because she thought he was a pretty boy. She's into pretty boys. I think she was into Blue, General Blue as well, because he was a pretty boy. And it was like, oh no, you're a bad guy.
And a pedophile.
Certified blue boy.
Remember how Bulma rocks up with the guy who previously planned to destroy the planet a few arcs ago? It's crazy. And there's no explanation, and people are just clapping for it because you get Trunks, and Trunks stinks. We will discuss that later, but he sucks. And that's just one of the worst things about Dragon Ball. Toriyama is not equipped to write romance and all that stuff.
No.
So it's just like, I guess Vegeta just, hey, it's hard. It's got to go somewhere.
Is genuinely a worse ship than Sakura and Sasuke. And I truly believe that because at least Sakura, we see at least one viewpoint of, God, I love that man. Even if it's teenage girls, even if it's a dumb reason for doing so, it's God, I love that man. I can't say that for Bulma. Period.
Bulma was into Zarbon because he was pretty until he wasn't. So that's what I want to. What is a conventionally unattractive male in a Dragon Ball? Because she looked at Goku and she was just like, dang, I guess I missed the boat. He kind of hot. So what is a not good looking person in a Dragon Ball? Because Vegeta looks like a troll. That hairline is awful.
Long journey, the longest character arc in the entire series by a wide margin. It was the consequences of experiences and choices Vegeta made that acted as the building blocks to his character arc's climax. Do you think the character is by a wide margin? It was the
What is this?
What is this?
He is one of many people that are just like, no, the androids are coming. I want to fight. So
Consequences
it's not necessarily his fault.
of
filler.
Legitimate.
And what is this? Oh, she cares about me, so I will begin to care about her. But he doesn't.
He literally doesn't.
So what is this scene trying to say here?
experiences and
What, the Big Bang attack?
The overconfidence of the Big Bang attack, and I finally surpassed Goku, who is dying. Okay, cool. Big victory there. I
choices
accept you, son. Based upon what? We don't see any of their interactions outside of fighting and stuff. We get a couple of brief flashes when they're in the hyperbolic time chamber.
He clearly acted like he ain't give a until the moment his possession was taken from him.
And then he cares. I don't feel his pain when he dies because he didn't care about Bulma and Baby Trunks getting shot out of the sky.
Vegeta made.
Pizza Steak says,
He didn't hug him!
Bulma is that galaxy level thought, only one in the universe.
She belongs to the street.
He belongs to the planet!
Here, Trunks was just training in the vicinity of Vegeta. It wasn't like this is father-son bonding time.
That acted
He wanted to fight.
as the building
He wanted to fight.
blocks to his character arc's
What
climax.
was the arc there? What? Especially when you're using filler stuff.
Do you think the character of Vegeta would have been nearly as compelling and well received if his entire story had been condensed into a single arc?
Of course not. Because that's not how storytelling works.
No. Even Piccolo's story wasn't done in one arc. It took like 3 arcs before he went from I'ma destroy the planet to hey, maybe I'll save y'all muffs.
And if this is your argument, is once we get to King Kai, is it more compelling because we had to go with Snake Princess and deal with the street sweeper and everything? If that's it needs to have that build up. Piccolo Bush.
Yeah.
Due to King Piccolo's actions over the course of an entire arc, he became known as a malicious and reprehensible villain. As the arc came to a close, we were introduced to Piccolo Jr. Later,
Why the music? Did Yamcha fumble or did he dodge a bullet?
He fumbled. Richest lady on the planet.
Yeah. Super genius.
Pretty lady. Bit
referred to
vain and annoying.
simply as Piccolo. What initially made this character interesting was who he was associated with, and because of his association, he then filled the role of Goku's nemesis in the closing arc of Dragon Ball. However, as time
His
moved
role back then was, I am just Piccolo again. I'm here to fulfill his
Wishes.
wishes.
His destiny or whatever.
I will fairly fight in this tournament.
Unknown
and-
Gaming
and
XL
win.
says, you have the radar to my heart, Piccolo.
A classic.
forward, natural and organic circumstances arose, forcing Piccolo to make certain important choices. The consequences of these choices ultimately
This music is crazy.
But if you want to look at it like this happened in essentially 2 arcs. The tournament arc and then the Saiyan arc.
ultimately led him to share with us, the audience, a much-needed catharsis for his character. What made Piccolo compelling as a character were the circumstances that preceded him, the evil doctrine he was born into, and ultimately the compromises he needed to make over the course of his entire lifetime in order to become the person he was supposed to be. This could not have been told.
What compromises did he make? Because up until this moment, it was, I'm going to use you to take over the planet.
Why was this the person he was meant to be? Why wasn't he meant to be the evil dictator that rules over the planet? How are you deciding that this is what he was meant to be?
Over the course of a small number of episodes or even an arc, it needed time.
It had 2 arcs. You said that it wouldn't have worked for Vegeta with 1 arc. This had 2.
Vegeta, technically, as far as sagas, had 3.
Gohan, 俺とまとも
Is it really all that it took though?
Yep.
This scene.
What is this music, dude? This lullaby music. What are we out here doing, Mark?
This, from what I've been exposed to, is widely considered the favorite isolated moment among fans from the entire series. However,
Yeah,
babies,
children.
dumb.
How can you take this as oh my god, this is the greatest moment from the people when you've already noted that the people don't give a about the in-between stuff?
And it's not that good of a moment. Because again, he doesn't know 16. And that's not what wasn't necessarily triggered. It was let go and you must fight to protect and everything. But you should look over there and see that your father and all of your friends are getting killed and realize I need to let go.
Yeah, Cell's just
Real
gonna
Luster
stop
says,
because I'm not doing
apart
it.
from the fact that Americans haven't read the first half of Dragon Ball, King Piccolo and Jr. said that he was reincarnated, so,
That's not part of the narrative, so we're not bringing that up right now. Yeah, it's a super overhyped moment, but it's very dramatic. It's strong.
Yeah,
you got the music. You got the original DBZ dub, which was better. I'm just saying, Gohan better. Just stepping down to all these better than
Gohan is great Saiyan man. It's him at his best by far.
Nope, not according to everybody.
You are all aware of, it started here. Gohan is a fantastic example of someone who physically and emotionally benefited from enough time passing over a significant portion of his life.
No, we gotta stop this bullshit. Cause the Gohan we see in Cell is not the Gohan that we think we know at this point. Because Gohan has always been, I will not allow injustices to occur. Krillin's like, hey, keep your head down, Gohan,
and let them children
and
die.
let those children die. We can't do anything, and Gohan cannot take it and goes no, and goes to help and save them by kicking that person. That is who Gohan has always been, and now suddenly in the Cell arc, where this pacifist Gohan of I don't want to fight, even though in that very same saga he goes, I want to train with my dad and Piccolo to fight the androids. He said that.
That wasn't his words.
But suddenly it's this guy, and we needed all these arcs where none of that ever happened to go. Where would we be if not for the before this happened, this amazing buildup? Mark, this isn't what happened. It's not what happened, Mark. It's just not.
I find it odd that he's just going the importance of waiting, and he showcases 3 big character moments.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just goes, so wait for getting to King Kai's planet, which is just a literal destination. It's not the same thing.
As a character arc, which does need time.
Yeah, that needs time to establish a lot of things. And this is, hey, go over there. It's going to be difficult, but you are a person who is literally the strongest person on the planet right now, so you can probably do it.
Now, it's different from something like JoJo's Part 7, where a destination was basically the goal of the entire part. So you're not going to want to go within 3 chapters, hit that destination. But beyond that, no. This is just a moment in time.
Great Saiyan Man is the most logical conclusion to Gohan.
Okay, where's the evidence? present evidence of what you're saying.
I don't feel like fighting, but I dislike people getting hurt more. Yeah. So he dons.
Axel Gray says, High School Gohan filler is the best.
It's crazy.
It's some of the best Dragon Ball
But Mark doesn't like it.
Which is crazy.
Especially when it's developing the relationship.
All right, I'm not dead, but I swear to God, I wish I fucking was.
Which desperately needs it.
Because we get to see at least Videl slowly coming around to Gohan. At least we get to see this.
Gohan's experiences led him down a path where he realized he was worth much more than he ever thought possible. Whether it be against Raditz, Nappa,
He didn't remember the Raditz
he wasn't
thing.
cognizant of that. That was just a big anger thing.
Vegeta, his adventures on Namek, or
he wasn't. What did he do with Vegeta? He tussled for a little bit, and then he got pushed away and had to get 50 times stronger by going monkey.
even Frieza. Dotted throughout Gohan's story are these pockets of performance and rage. He is more than just that, of course, but pertaining to that, quote, great scene.
But all of those moments led to a spike in power that does not defeat the villain. It just sort of stalls them for a second.
So what you're saying is the importance of waiting means
10 times power boost. Sorry.
Means to see a thing we've already seen him do. He's just doing it again with greater power. What? How is that waiting? We're not waiting for a moment. We're not waiting for the buildup of this. Where
it's not like it was just like, Gohan, you gotta channel your anger. This is your power.
It's not like with the Raditz thing. Raditz reads the power level, Gohan jumps out of the ship, and then he never hits him. It's not like there's these splurts of moments where it's just like, hey, it was just a quick kick. That kid's power level just went stupid for a hot second. It was he would do a lot of in the space of time within his anger. It's the same thing.
Scene in question, hypothetically.
Videl got done dirty by becoming a Toriyama woman.
She's a woman. She's a woman in Dragon Ball.
That's what they become.
17 got blue level. 18. Is she stronger than she was back then?
Who could say?
If you were to view that clip in isolation without any backstory, it might look cool, but it would not be memorable or impactful the same way.
No. You do not need the Raditz scene. You do not need the Frieza scene. What you need is Gohan saying, I'm a pacifist. I don't want to do this. And you need 16 going, you gotta let it go. Sometimes it's okay.
It kind of works in isolation.
It kind of works in isolation.
It kind of works with just that episode, Loki. You don't really need his rage out moments because this isn't a Gohan exclusive transformation that is unlocked because of his rage inside and
Beast
harnessing the anger and the peacefulness in order to protect or anything. It's just a form that can be unlocked, and he just did unlock it.
Because you didn't experience the story alongside the character. In other words, you never experienced his struggle too. You wouldn't be able to empathize.
Anko says,
what struggle?
Hashtag Toriyama woman. First time I've heard that.
It's
bad.
It is what it is. Launch Toriyama woman. Mm-hmm. You're either a wife, a person that's just there, or you're not there. Those are the only three options for a Toriyama woman.
The point I'm trying to make with all of these examples is that despite Dragon Ball being remembered for these moments, despite the overwhelming consensus being that Dragon Ball is great because of flashy transformations and big set pieces, in reality, in actuality, it's great because of the careful planning and time that went into each and every one of these characters.
You're crazy! That's crazy, Bar!
Each character, okay, alright, what color is Bulma's hair? Because, you know what I'm saying?
That's definitely not Korin's color.
There's not. With some people, you can say that he's just like, I guess we can do something with this. I don't know what Toriyama plans, but it feels like nothing. Because if you want to just go bad guy becomes good guy, he does that over and over and over again. I don't think that would necessarily constitute careful planning that goes into that.
Especially when you yourself have marked that he sometimes just flies by the seat of his pants when it comes to an arc.
It's great because of the careful planning and time that went into each and every one of these characters. To show what I'm talking about doesn't just relate or pertain to Dragon Ball exclusively, but to every story medium, let's take a look at a company that makes
Why did he show Raditz? Raditz, in DBZA, he was a wrestler and he's transitioning over to wrestling. Got it.
living off of promoting
525 says, planning? From a guy you have said was flying by the seat of his pants multiple times, Mark? Do you hear your own words, Mark?
It's crazy. It's convenient.
Right now. Look at Vegeta on the left. Could you go back to Vegeta? That big shot.
Oh, no. That when he's a super little person, I don't want to do it.
Of these characters.
Oh, he's almost the same height as
It's
Krillin! He's 5'0". Come on now!
Monumental moments that need to be great. World Wrestling Entertainment.
Hey.
Why did we need 4 of these?
Called booking. This is referring to the means by which the characters on the show are scheduled.
Mark, if you're simply going, there is importance of waiting in that you cannot just open Dragon Ball and see Super Saiyan 3. Absolutely, because that's called a story.
Yes.
But you can't have everything. You cannot have 100 episodes in between Goku getting on Snake Way and Goku getting there. That would be excessive, don't you think? So everybody has that limit. People's limits are 3 episodes. Your limit is not 12 episodes. So it's just what that is. You can't have everything. You need that booking, absolutely. But you don't need him falling off of Snake Way. You've said you like it, but what does that do for the story? How much does that hype once he gets actually to King Kai? Especially since we don't see that training. He just rocks back and he is 100 times stronger?
Priscilla, we stand short kings and queens.
And written to win or lose, otherwise known as their storyline. It is widely accepted within wrestling circles that long-term booking is far more favorable than short-term booking.
It depends.
Yeah.
It truly does. I feel like the Bloodline storyline was so overwrought, especially before Sami Zayn started being into it. And sometimes a short program like Mark Henry and John Cena can be very fun. The R-Truth John Cena feud was very fun. And R-Truth was one of the best characters in this company at the time. Sometimes you just need, hey, I want to fight you. Let's fight. Like Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson in AEW and Will Ospreay. They had a fantastic match. One of my favorite matches of all time. Their match was basically 6 weeks of build, which was, hey, you are one of the best right now. I want to beat you. And right now, Will Ospreay is building off of that because
so what's up?
he's building off of that because he did something called a Tiger Driver 91, which hurt Bryan. And now he's not using that move anymore. And that's the long-term planning of that coming from a short-term booking. But the short-term booking led to one of the greatest matches of all time.
Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior had their initial match in WWF. And then like 6-7 years later, they had another match in WCW that played off of that initial match. And it was one of the worst matches of all time.
This is essentially comparing long-term storytelling or stories told over a long period of time to short-term flash-in-the-pan stories.
How long was that John Cena CM Punk story? Because it was, hey, I'm leaving with the WWE title. He did. He came back. He beat Cena again. And then their match, that storyline was gone because it became Triple H and Kevin Nash.
I would like to ask Mark, do you think a 5-year storyline of just week-to-week development would be too long? If he says yes, it's just like, why would it be too long? Because at a certain point, we would need to get to this point that we need to get to, right? So everybody just has that limit.
WWE has hundreds, if not thousands of matches every year, but the biggest event on the WWE calendar is WrestleMania. In mid to late spring, WWE holds the event that acts as the climax to a year's worth of storytelling.
No, because sometimes the Royal Rumble winner, and then it's just a couple months of build up.
We can look at something like
Kofi Mania.
Kofi Mania, which was a complete mistake because they didn't even. He took over for, I think Ricochet got hurt or somebody, and then he was in the Elimination Chamber, which was like 5 weeks before WrestleMania. Huh?
Now you could say that they leveraged it into he's been a workhorse for all of these years, and
he's never gotten an opportunity.
But that's not long-term booking. That's just retconning what has come before to help what's going on
Or
now.
using what came before in your current storyline.
Why is he going so in depth in this? Because he needs to explain why it's important for long-term booking.
But he's not even showing like good instances of long-term booking. He's just going, you can ask people and they'll say long-term is better than short-term.
Oftentimes, it acts as the conclusion to many stories, the big showdown. In a show,
other times it is just see you next year, like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
Or see you next month with Backlash, which was a lot of WrestleMania rematches originally.
That's what happened with Cody. See you next year.
like WrestleMania, you can't just have a main event with no long-term storytelling.
Yes, you can. They've done it several times before.
Booking, and if you do,
because the first Cody Roman match was Cody won the Rumble, and now it's time for the story. It was 2.5 months of build-up.
Dragon Ball Z abridged, funny.
It just wouldn't work. There needs to be a compelling story to draw people in.
Hey, you can tell a compelling story in 3 weeks. You can tell an uncompelling story in 3 years.
You did not tell a compelling story by having Snake Princess. You did tell a compelling story to whatever people that is by doing the Vegeta thing. It's not a compelling story to just see trials and tribulations on Goku's way to Snake Way.
Senor Pink's backstory is like 3 pages. It's one of my favorite backstories.
Legitimately. Pad out the video for watch time and viewer retention. I guess. Because it's not really helping his point.
Characters need to have a motivation, and a motivation comes from a want.
But again, this is all character stuff that you're talking about, as opposed to we're seeing events occur as he's trying to get to a destination.
4, characters need to want something in order to fight, and you can communicate that.
It's the difference between somebody going to somebody's house, and we don't need to see the drive there. But if they go to their house, stop at the gas station, open their wallet, and just like, dang, I got $3. That can speak to what they're going through in their life. So that's information that we would need, as opposed to just watching them drive there with no events in between.
Over time through story to your audience. Vegeta wants revenge against Frieza for the death of his people. Goku wants to test himself against strong opponents. Piccolo wants to protect his family, and Gohan wants to keep his friends safe. One example of what I'm talking about is best illustrated when discussing the Tournament of Power.
Maybe you get a better picture.
That Gohan is looking rough.
Oh man, look at Vegeta. His eye is way over there.
This is not a good look.
This is real bad. Tien is so long. He's got no features.
You can see his eyes, and that's it.
17 is his eye is a dot.
He's got the profile of a nose.
During the show's airing, the consensus was that the show was moving far too slowly and that there was perhaps too much unneeded filler. However, during every pivotal moment...
Thank you, Mr. Chat Isaiah. Hey, did y'all hear Cody finally finish the story? And what's funny is people are like, oh my god, this reign has been horrible. Because they've got no plans for Cody once the story was over.
Yeah.
So now they just like, hey, he could probably have a good match with AJ Styles. Hey, he could probably have a good match with Logan Paul.
But that is just like, we've got him here, kind of now what?
And you know what's happening? They're just spinning their wheels until the Rock Cody match. That's what's happening.
That's coming, but in between there,
we're getting
a lot of middling stuff. Krillin looks fake. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know if you said it.
I did.
No, you didn't.
He does kind of look fake.
moment in the Tournament of Power, whether it be the first universe's elimination, the two-part special, Goku's fight with Kale, or the ending. That vocal portion of the fanbase that was complaining, by and large, enjoyed what was transpiring on screen. Similarly, many folks, myself included this time, had serious problems with the pacing of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Everything was happening far, far too quickly, which, as a result, completely ruined not only the ending's sense of suspense and tension, but the entire arc as a whole. In contrast, the end to the anime's telling of the Tournament of Power was a worldwide event. The last 3 episodes—
Hey, a bunch of people watched it, and you know what? They loved it with that quickened pace.
had hundreds of thousands of people over various parts of the world watching the culmination of the—
Cool! Is it because it's hype, or is it because they loved everything, including the Aniraza fight, and in the all the other Pride Troopers and stuff? Or was it just for this moment? Could you have just given them the Goku and Jiren thing without Aniraza and Ribrianne? And would they still have liked it? I submit that they would have.
The tournament unfold before their eyes. Why? Because it was a spectacle.
How were they supposed to group watch the manga or group read the manga?
Pass it over.
Of the tournament unfold before their eyes. Why? Because it was a spectacle. There was a sense of atmosphere, tension, and stakes.
No, it wasn't. It was just hype.
Yes.
Dude, let's not paint this as what it is, which is just hype moments being hype. All this laugh and stuff you're showing.
Because it was a spectacle.
What's the stuff
there was a
that
sense
people
of
are enjoying?
atmosphere,
Look how hype they are because Tapo.
And stakes. It paced itself correctly and earned each and every moment it presented.
Yeah, it earned that TM moment. Yeah, it really earned that. It earned this man going, I got a family in the universe about to be blown up. And then his locket falls and disappears last. And Gohan like, dang, my family though. Yeah, that's earned. No, Mark. No!
Every moment was not earned, Mark. Let's not even kind of pretend about this.
My point is, we put too much emphasis on these monumental moments without appreciating the time that's needed to make these moments work as well as they do. Super Saiyan Blue's unveiling was not nearly as impactful as the original Super Saiyan or even Ultra Instinct because it never earned that moment.
Angel Essence Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Spirit Saiyan Goku, Primal Instinct Goku.
Them steaks must have been dry as fuck. Uber dry.
My goodness.
Thank you for the super chat, your average bro.
And whatever fake money that is.
Whereas the others did. Super Saiyan Blue just showed up expecting that to be enough. And it just wasn't the same.
You can say that they've been training with
Leo
God.
Luster says, I refuse to believe that bro doesn't understand hype has nothing to do with the quality of it writing. He must be lying.
It's Mark who did not understand Zoro until Luffy versus Usopp. It's Mark. But here you can say they are training.
India money, okay. Rupees?
Fake. Does not exist. But they were training with
Thank you for
gods
super chat.
and unlocked a whole new form of power. That is the build-up. What was the build-up for Super Saiyan? Them going Super Saiyan exists.
What was the build-up for Super Saiyan 3? Which is lauded as one of the greatest moments in Dragon Ball Z.
The build-up for Super Saiyan 2 was within this arc. They go, there's a form beyond Super Saiyan, which I'm just speculating on, and I'm going to do it. And then Vegeta does it, but it's not right for some reason. We don't know if it's right or not. It's just a path that he can take. Trunks does it, but it's not right. It's just a path that he can take. And then Gohan does it correctly. And we're just assuming, oh yeah, this is just the perfect one.
However, despite everything, when all is said and done, Dragon Ball will be remembered.
Ultra Instinct is a no build-up thing. Most just like, this is amazing. They love Ultra Instinct. The build-up was Whis going, you gotta move without thinking. That's build-up.
For these moments, these epic, larger-than-life moments. Snapshots in time that will fill those that watch them with nostalgia for the good old days. And so fans will always yearn for more moments like these more and more frequently.
So do you consider Boo versus Goku a moment like that? A villain that has zero build up and just rocks out like, here's Boo, and a form that has zero build up and just like rah Super Saiyan 3.
Understanding or appreciating that these in isolation are not what makes Dragon Ball great. It's the story that makes these.
Nothing in isolation makes anything great. The pizza sauce on a pizza in isolation does not make the pizza great. It has to work in tandem with the rest of the ingredients. Now the sauce can be delicious, but still.
These moments what they are. Without the necessary context, these moments mean nothing. But
yes, they're just hype moments, but I would assume that people that are going back to those hype moments are fans
Divine
of the
Instinct
series.
Goku, Ultra Essence Goku, True Divine Essence Goku.
What was the build up for that?
Who's more of a fanboy, Mark or Clyde? Thank you for the super chat, Sniper Eric. Clyde.
Mark understands. Hey yo, there's some things that ain't hitting. But Clyde is just like, no, everybody is wrong.
Yeah. About Naruto.
Because y'all ain't suffer. Everyone.
He's at least more arrogant about his fanboyism. Mark's just like, everyone should love Dragon Ball. It's great. Please come in. Clyde's like, you stupid idiot should love Naruto. Because you don't get it.
when given enough time and the right story, they excite us, make us cheer, laugh, and cry. So when you're watching your favorite show or looking back on your favorite moments from a series, try to keep in mind, appreciate, and above all else remember the importance of waiting.
Horrible.
Awful.
Horrible.
That pause was too long. I thought he was done. It's like a 9.
I was thinking around that. Yeah, it wasn't good. It really wasn't good. Trunks, the wounded character. No description.
Trunks sucks. Trunks is a bum who does nothing and cries and then pieces out. And then he beats people that he's now 40 times stronger. And he starts teabagging them and in Fortnite dancing over him. Like, yeah, I'm that. I'm him. It's like, mother, you was just crying. This means nothing for Frieza to rock up and beat Kid Goku. You are so much stronger than him now.
Future Trunks.
You know what's up.
Trunks
Angel
is
Essence
Yajirobe, but a
Goku,
hot
Dragon
guy.
Instinct Goku, Spirit Saiyan Goku, Primal Instinct
Bro,
Goku.
whoever cried watching Dragon Ball, thank you for the super chat, average bro.
Fake money.
When people cry in Dragon Ball,
I felt emotional when Vegeta did his final sacrifice.
yeah, I can
But
see. People
I was
crying.
a child, and I was just like, oh no, he's super duper dead now. There's no way to bring him back.
Divine
Dragon
Instinct
Ball didn't
Goku,
burn.
Ultra Essence Goku, True Divine Essence
He has the
Goku.
most kills in all of Dragon Ball. Thank you for the super chat, soul.
Big deal. He killed a bunch of mooks. He finessed King Cold, who is feetless, and Frieza, who a guy in 5 minutes was coming to kill. Big whoop.
Oh.
Flashing onto the scene out of nowhere, taking out the most prolific villain in Dragon Ball history, soon becoming one of the most popular characters in the entire series. However, with a saga that includes moments such as this, I often felt as though a particular relationship dynamic was largely kept out of the spotlight. So, as I often do,
There was no relationship
Yeah.
dynamic
Vegeta sucked. He didn't like his son.
until we're forced to believe that he does, and then he attacks Cell. The only reason for that to happen was for Gohan to get injured and doubt himself and put more tension later. There's nothing that tells me that Vegeta should care about Trunks in this moment.
I decided to go to my Twitter to ask my followers what they thought, asking the question, which of these was your favorite relationship in Dragon Ball's Cell arc? I provided 3 options to choose from, and with over 2,000 votes cast, the clear winner was Gohan and Goku. And while I think there are
Go back to it.
Oops, I am on the audio.
volume.
Yep.
The state of you.
Definitely a lot of aspects to Cell arc. I provided 3 options to choose from, and with over 2.
Android 18 and Krillin. We've got the kiss scene. We've got him going Awuga and then not blowing her up, and then grabbing her and just going take the bombs out. We've got about 5 scenes with them total. Not too much. They don't really have a conversation outside of action moments, so we don't get to see their interpersonal relationships or development or anything.
But we do at least see 18 just like, why are you trying to be so nice to me? I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah.
We get a lot with Goku and Gohan. In the time chamber, in the time of peace, we get him believing in him, going, you can do this, go on, do this, and then we get Goku going, oh, I see now that it's not about that. I don't care about the rules. I'm going to go save my son. Give me a sensu bean. We don't get much for Trunks and Vegeta. So I can see why. That should be the lowest.
Yeah.
Because that comes with a big moment that is built on falsities of, I care about this person, raw.
2,000 votes cast, the clear winner was Gohan and Goku. And while I think there are definitely a lot of aspects to love...
Introduces like something out of a fan fiction. Yeah, another Super Saiyan rocks up with a sword.
Like the son of Vegeta and Bulma.
he's a time traveler. He's super nice.
The clear winner was Gohan and Goku. And while I think there are definitely a lot of aspects to love about their relationship and interactions during this part of the story, today I want to bring attention to and focus on what I believe is one of the most underrated, fantastic, and believable relationships ever told in Dragon Ball.
Oh, lie to me, Mark.
Oh, dude.
Oh, please. Extrapolate every single panel where they're standing next to each other. All the filler, all the interviews, do whatever you gotta do to get to the moment of, and therefore their relationship was big banging, big swangling.
I want to take an in-depth look at how Trunks and his scenes were written to achieve an emotional connection with the audience, to explore how the supporting characters played a role in reinforcing this relationship, and to explain how a father and son dynamic built one of the most realistic and cathartic relationships in the show's history.
That is such a low bar.
Yeah. Who else do you got?
If you're praising this,
you got Piccolo Vegeta. I mean, not Piccolo Vegeta. Piccolo Gohan. Goku Gohan, maybe? Like, who are you talking about?
Yeah, long hair Trunks was a lot better.
Vegeta went and he screamed.
Anko says, did he just call their relationship believable? WTF?
Crazy.
Yes.
Imagine only knowing about your dad through stories and then he's a huge a-hole. Yeah. It's what did Bulma tell him? Because at that point, what does she have? She got the banging,
yeah,
and him going out into space.
Yeah, and then he died. Yeah, there was no time really.
Is future Trunks, the wounded character.
That's when he got destroyed. That's when he did the one cool thing where he beat up a bunch of less than 5,000 power level people. Oh, yeah, oh, big whoop.
When he came back, he killed Tien.
Against Tien! Oh my goodness!
In storytelling, what makes a character and story interesting is largely the conflict. According to K.M. Wallen's book, Creating Character Arcs,
I don't care about anything that anybody has written. Ever. The written word is my enemy.
How did the Cell arc make people think Vegeta was a good dad, but Goku was a bad dad? Minute one, we saw Goku die for his kid. Vegeta almost let his son and baby mom die. Because they like Vegeta. That's
the narrative. It's the narrative you gotta push of Vegeta's good. He changed.
He gotta have something. Thank you for the super chat, Soul. But he's gotta have something for these fans. Otherwise, they just gotta realize that their favorite is trash. And we can't be having that. Goku is a negligent dad. He is a absentee father.
He cares about...
I can't say he's a bad
You
dad.
took your chance. You failed. You're done.
It's over.
It's over.
things catch his attention. And legit, put it up.
I gotta go to Discord. You're gonna have to talk for a second.
Because Vegeta rushed Cell at the end, and the end was the only part that counts. Yeah, that's a lot of things that people talk about when they talk about look at Vegeta. He's riding over a dead Trunks. Maybe saying biologies are doomed to be dead beats. Is that racist? Gohan was.
Oh yeah, Gohan's a deadbeat dad.
Oh dang.
Maybe it's just in their blood.
Huh. I mean, Paragus cared in as much that
he
could
cared
be
for
protected.
Vegeta, for revenge.
Yeah, he was an instrument of protection and revenge. So yeah, sure. But legit, Vegeta ugly.
Yo, what? Wait, hold on. What are we doing?
That's why I was talking about. Vegeta looks like a troll doll. Cause he's just ugly.
That's a crazy bar, high key.
I'm sorry, but that hairline is nuts.
Now the hairline is crazy. I'll give you the hairline, but just outright ugly, that's kind of wolf.
Is Krillin the only good Dragon Ball dad? We don't see enough, honestly.
Oh, he's such a piece of shit.
Looks like E.T. Kind of.
4 aspects that make up the arc and the conflict in a character's mind.
I can talk about what makes a good character development without referencing people. I think that you should be able to do that without looking into books and things like that, because this is just one person's opinion.
So let's
about what
recap
makes
the situation.
Character arcs and everything.
I did nothing wrong. Okay.
Are the lie that they believe, the thing they want, the thing they need, and the wound. To begin our dissection of Trunks' character, I think it's important we first understand the storytelling term, wound. According to author K.M. Weiland, wound is movie speak for something in your character's past that haunts him. Often the wound will be something shocking and traumatic. This wound from a traumatic event typically causes or is connected.
But you don't really need a wound.
Does Comey have a wound?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think she just is a very shy person that wants to get over that.
To the lie the character believes, which is the harboring of some deeply held misconception the character either believes about themselves, the world, or both. In other words, the character's wound often goes hand in hand with the lie that they believe and need to overcome over the course of the story.
I would like to believe what he thinks Trunks' lie is, because if it's Vegeta is a cool person, that's not a lie to him. That is something that somebody told him, and he sees that that is false. So that's not necessarily a lie that he's trying to convince himself or that he believes. It's something that he was told, and he's just like, oh dang, I guess not. Rip.
In the case of Marvel's Spider-Man Homecoming, Peter's wound is his Uncle Ben's murder. It's something he blames himself for. Something that...
Hey, Superman doesn't have a wound. He's awesome.
That drives him throughout the story's runtime and continues to do so today. At the same time, the lie that he believes is that he needs the suit to be Spider-Man. That in order to be a hero...
Okay, so what about the sequel movie? What's the lie there? Hey, what about the sequel movie? What's the lie there?
Suddenly Spider-Man. This is just like wrestling where it's just tangentially making his
Dutch
point.
says, the death of Pa Kent isn't a wound?
No, not to drive him forward. Superman was Superman before the death of Pa Kent. Krypton exploded, he didn't even know about that until way in his life. And he don't know them muffs.
It's like Goku and Planet Vegeta.
Yeah, it's like Goku's wound is Vegeta exploding. No! Yes, his death fulfills Clark and shows him that he can't save everybody even with all of his powers. But his wound, he was Superman pre that wound. He just learned a lesson from that thing.
I got no dog in this this fight. Baby.
Oh yeah, Uncle Ben's death affects Spider-Man. I don't know if it affects this Spider-Man, but it does Spider-Man as a whole. Oh yeah, no, Batman's loss of his parents, absolutely. He went crazy. Batman's a crazy man based on that. He never let it go.
Oh, he needs that special suit Tony Stark provided for him, to which Tony Stark responds,
"If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?"
In this one scene, Peter's desire to help others is demonstrated. His wound, Uncle Ben's death, motivating him, but at the same time...
Do we know that? Do we know what? They've never mentioned why Uncle Ben died. The most you got is that when you can do things and you don't, and then bad things happen. But we don't know why Uncle Ben... He might be alive! Just
Real
so
Luster
dead
says,
be dead!
Goku's wound is the hit on the head as Bambino.
And it's made evident through his own words that he doesn't fully believe in himself, which is the lie his character believes. In the case of Trunks, during his unveiling, he comes off as a confident and capable fighter, breezing through the largest foe the series has seen in an instant with a
He's confident because he knows these people are ants.
Where is this confidence coming from when he spent the entirety of his life running in fear? This should not be this character. If it's just like, finally I get to beat up on somebody, he's not really a good person at that point.
On his face. However, shortly after...
This one's for you, Mark. People getting at you. Get him.
No, this is a joke.
Get him.
What? BG, Superman has a wound, you know, where his dad, who said to let him die in the hurricane, despite how he could have saved him without them, or Pac could just ran over. Absolutely, that's the wound. My bad. Thank you for the super chat soul. You've taught me a lesson that Superman would not be Superman if not for that moment, and Pac kept showing him, yo, hide yourself forever, even if people die.
Holding out your hand in front of the tornado is one of the most that's what I think of when I think of the Man of Steel. Mark want to talk about the running on Snake Way. Just that holding up the hand with a tornado on the background. I'm just like, that is everything that this movie is. It's so dumb.
We soon find out that he isn't as sure-footed as he initially appeared.
He's facing opponents he can actually sense and feel how weak they are compared to him. Well, what is his gauge of himself?
Yes.
Do we really get into that? Whatever. Sure.
We eventually learn that Trunks comes from an alternate future where everyone but himself, Bulma, and a few others have died. The individuals responsible? The androids. Despicable cyborgs responsible for taking Trunks' only father figure away from him, Gohan. This is Trunks' wound. Trunks blames himself for Gohan's death in his timeline. If he had been stronger, if he had been better, maybe he could have saved him. As a result of this trauma, Trunks now believes is that he needs someone else to save his timeline for him. He needs help. Additionally,
he technically did. Yeah, he technically did because he wouldn't have had that training in the Zenkai boost and everything without
Fighting Gimmick says, I feel like Mark talks about what isn't talked about a lot or enough and makes it profound when it's not.
Yes, absolutely.
But, and see, that's just like, is that really a lie? Because he factually could not do it.
Yeah,
he would have died. I'm strong enough, and then he got off-screened, essentially. So he did need help, or he needed help to get strong enough to come back and defeat them.
Deeply desires to meet and build a relationship of some form with the father he never had a chance to meet. Which leads me nicely into what I believe was Trunks' most important...
He kept looking over to Vegeta, so he definitely wanted to at least some relationship with him.
No, or at least he maybe just wanted to just see him, because he's just like, I don't know what could mess up the timeline, because he was still under the assumption of, if you do something, I might not be born, and I might disappear if they don't bang or whatever. So he was still under that assumption. So, you know, at a certain point, you who is your father? What clan are you from, Saiyan?
I mean, for Vegeta's just standing in the rain and Trunks is just there watching him. He clearly wants to be around his daddy.
But that was also after the fact that he realized that he couldn't mess up the timeline.
Important play in the series, his interactions with a certain character.
貴様ら痛みを感じないんだろう？ラッキー。
Vegeta's wound or traumatic life-changing event was his planet's destruction and his upbringing.
He has never talked about wounds and lies that other people have in any other video that we've ever watched. Why for this, Q Linkin Park? But why for this in particular?
Because it needs to be said. This is the way you do it.
I don't think he does it in the other ones
Trunks,
either.
the wounded character, so we have to explain wounds and KM, whoever she was.
Under Frieza, he was raised to believe that strength was all that mattered and that he was destined to be the strongest Saiyan. However, when he finds out that that isn't the case, suddenly becoming stronger and demonstrating his superiority becomes the only thing that occupies his mind. Vegeta now thinks that the only thing worth...
So he got his wound was finished, and now he's still being driven by this bullshit.
Strength is the only thing that matters, and then he realized it's not.
And then he realized it is.
How did he realize that it's not? Because the scene that you showed, it was, oh, these two are stronger than me. I need to get stronger than them.
DTX525 says, Mark learned a new term and must now splash it everywhere in his video.
He read a book and was just like, dang, this is it. And then after this video, he's like, dang, this wasn't it?
Pursuing his power, that is the lie that Vegeta believes. And he puts up a strong guard against... Turns out that that isn't the case, suddenly becoming stronger and demonstrating his superiority becomes the only thing that occupies his mind. Vegeta now thinks that the only thing worth pursuing is power. That is the lie that Vegeta believes. And he puts up...
How is that a lie? He believes that. What's the lie there?
That it's not the only thing worth...
But that's not a lie to him. That's a lie to some omnipotent viewer.
But it is a lie to himself when he learns later on that his family is what matters the most.
But it's not.
It is when
he
sacrificed
learn
himself and like, I'm gonna hug you, Trunks, and I'm gonna miss you, Bulma.
He said, "This is for you, Bulma." But what was a conversation that he had with Bulma that made us believe that this is the only thing that matters to him? I've never held you, Trunks. But this, you're the only thing that matters. It was a lie that it was about strength. It's about family. This is Fast and Furious.
Obvious reasons. How is
that a lie?
The one Kurita beat Mihawk, need Luffy, learn about the new world and yourself. So how did Mark not get Zoro the lie? I can beat Mihawk there.
He didn't apply that there for
Thank
some
you for
reason.
the super chat. Hope.
For
Yeah,
obvious reasons,
for
baby.
obvious reasons.
A strong guard against those that suggest otherwise. However, in Trunks' first conversation...
It's such a weird bit, man. Love when they talk over themselves. It's such a weird
conversation with Goku before leaving to the past. He comments that Vegeta looks lonely and informs Goku...
Oh my goodness!
I'm so lonely.
That was what made Bulma interact with him in the first place. She had sympathy for Vegeta.
Okay,
but
and where does that go?
How did Vegeta come to terms with that emotion?
What did they talk about? Does Bulma know about his history? Does Vegeta know about her history? What do they know about each other?
Lonely, I'm sorry, but no. I call Bush. What?
What is Bulma's favorite food? Does Vegeta know that?
The real lie with the friends we made along the way. Where are you getting this? Lonely man that go her in the oven.
That's not the
just one conversation where they're sitting there. Where's the filler about them? Just, in Super, just like, do you remember when we had our first date, Vegeta? And just give us that. Just to give us anything.
Say Trunks is perfect either.
It's okay to
This
be
is a terrific
confused.
example of character values in conflict. In John Truby's book, The Anatomy of Story...
Oh, come on, Mark! What is this doing for your analysis? Who have you watched where they just cite people going, do this, read this, according to this, this is the way that you do writing.
Hey, John Truby is just a dude. Is his book any better than Ton Druby? I don't know.
Should we listen to this dude more than artist of song Batman Tim Erskine? How is he not more of an accredited muff to explain the merits of Batman? Instead of John Truby in The Anatomy of a Story, 22 Steps to Becoming a Master Storyteller. Is Toriyama aware of this? Did he follow this? Or did he write a story and it just fell into certain things that should be in a story naturally?
Did Mark read this book and then create his Anatomy of Anime based off of the workings of this book?
Or is it just a combination of all
Leo
of them?
Luster
This is
says,
the first.
I guess Yamcha didn't felt lonely when he exploded and then his first lover left after years of being unable to talk to women.
Yep.
Yeah, we just see them chilling. When Frieza's coming, he's just chilling there in Capsule Corp with his ex and this evil spaceman who can kill everybody.
And was the reason he died.
So, and he's just chilling there. How does he feel about this situation?
He writes, identify a set of values for your hero and each of the other main characters. Make each set of values as different from the others as possible. As your hero and his opponents fight over the goal, make sure their values come into direct conflict. In other words, establish the theme of your story, set the main goal for all the characters to aim for, and give all the characters pushing towards that goal different values.
So,
in the case...
So yes, obviously...
What are Krillin and Trunks' different values?
Stop the androids.
What is Gohan and Krillin's different values?
Stop the androids.
Of Trunks and Vegeta in this instance, they are working towards the same goal but have vastly different ideas of what they think it takes to achieve that goal. When the androids are woken up, Trunks unleashes a massive blast without warning, after which Vegeta remarks that that was an entirely pointless effort, which it was. Trunks believes that the androids are too monstrous and that they shouldn't even try. He's ruled by fear and vengeance, clouding his judgment, leading to poor decisions being made. Vegeta, on the other...
What more can he do in his future? He has no methods of...
oh, it's a good book? Okay, maybe I'll read it. I like reading.
I've explained my thoughts on the words.
Oh, the written word.
But what more can he do in his world? He is clearly outmatched. The person that who was stronger than
Silverheart Soul says, Bulma, I told him we going on a date and told him to dress nice and bring me flowers. Then we fought because he can with a whole bed of flowers saying, it more so it's better. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that would have been great.
Anything
but
like that.
No.
The other side of the coin thinks that nothing can be greater than he is, and that if they are that strong, he should still be...
Mark just read the index, not the actual book. He ain't got time for that because Gluck DB over 9,000. Thank you for the super chat average, bro.
Here it was in the manga. I thought for sure Bulma would settle down with Yamcha, but Vegeta, apparently she got fed up with Yamcha and his playing the field, and well, they broke up. Around that time, she saw my father and she told me how he looked so lonesome, and well, it happened. They never did marry. You know how my mother can be.
The mother? The father?
That's all there is. And Mark thinks that's enough.
Crazy.
And that's terrible.
Crazy.
Be the one to face them anyway. These actions are motivated by the wounds both characters have endured in their pasts, resulting in them both living out the lies that they hold to be true.
This is very basic storytelling.
Yes.
People have a motivation that they act towards. Hey, androids killed this dude. I don't want that to happen anymore. We need to find a way to kill the androids. Goku is super strong. Let's have him kill it. Oh, that's not how it works? So if he kills them back then, it doesn't work in my timeline? Dang, that kind of sucks. Well, there still must be a way to help them in their timeline, and at least they'll be safe and happy. It's not like they just get plopped down. It's just a dude with a sword and he just starts swiping everybody and then he just disappears. This is basic storytelling, cause and effect. Bad thing happened. I don't want future bad thing to happen. My race is ruled by strength. I want to be strong.
Average,
this is nothing.
Average bro, I'm glad you recognized your fake money.
Fake. The fake is. It's just nothing.
True, Trunks, ruled by fear of loss and destruction, deems it impossible to win without help. And Vegeta, believing only he can do it, refusing any help. However, some...
Give them a little scamming points.
That's not a lie, because what situation in future Trunks' timeline, without intervention, could he achieve victory? He needs help. If the Supreme Kais rock up and just like, oh, here's the Z-Store, that's with help.
Yeah.
He can't just do push-ups and all of a sudden be stronger. That's not, there is no lie. He does need help. Because at any point in time, they could just get bored of him like they did with Gohan and just kill him.
Vegeta, believing only he can do it, refusing any help. However, something happens. During Vegeta's fight with 18, Trunks remarks, "I never knew my father was so powerful. He's holding his own against those androids." Androids we later find out are tougher than those in Trunks' timeline. Trunks underestimates what he and others are capable of because of his fear and experiences. However,
you know what? No, he was right, because Vegeta got cooked. He was playing around with him.
He was stronger than
Your average bro says, fake or not money, still money XD.
Money is money. Any
Nah.
currency that is accepted somewhere else is money.
You do the little swipey paper thing with the little marker and it turns out fake. I'm going to jail. So stop giving us fake money.
However, by that same token, Vegeta overestimates what he is capable of, casting aside the notion of
he does not understand how strong the
It's a scam.
the androids are.
It is a scam.
He knows how strong he is. There is no overestimation. It is, I'm super strong. I don't care how strong you guys are. I just beat these other androids. Same thing with Trunks. He's just like, he underestimated them. In what way did he underestimate them? He's stronger than they thought, but he doesn't know how strong the androids are. So it's not really under or overestimating, because nobody knows how strong the androids are.
Working as part of a team. It's worth mentioning at this point that Trunks was correct in his estimations of the androids. That alone, Vegeta was no match for 18 once his stamina was drained. However, his estimation of what a Saiyan is capable of...
Trunks was like, what the are you idiots doing? Just kill him. And the others were like, do me fight.
It's the worst.
Was skewed by fear, and when faced with another father figure down one arm, on the brink of death, Trunks acts on emotion, making matters worse by including Android 17. Trunks is naive, but he doesn't know it yet.
What was he supposed to do?
Yes. What was he naive about? He knew he couldn't do it, but he didn't want his father to get killed.
She is distracted. Maybe I could get a shot in.
He makes a lot of mistakes, but he never makes the mistake of underestimating what he is capable of. As mentioned by both Piccolo and Goku in this arc, Vegeta is a fighting genius, demonstrating a mental toughness and resilience that Trunks is sorely lacking. Perfectly shown.
But he underestimated what Cell could do, and isn't that worse?
Yeah, and on top of being a fighting genius, so Trunks gets to learn some of that from Vegeta and apply it to his fight with the android. So is that not help?
And in what way is Vegeta a fighting genius? What is he doing that Trunks isn't doing that makes him a genius instead of Trunks?
Or does he just have very good
He hungers for host says,
and
it's an insult to writers to try bringing up literary authorities to try and make Dragon Ball's ass writing any better. The credibility doesn't rub off on Dragon Ball.
That's where you're mistaken. It absolutely does, because Dr. Florkin Blorkin says that
with the written word
says that, well, when you have a character should move towards a goal, and Dragon Ball does that. So
and they should all have their own thing they value.
Yeah. So I mean, we're here now. Dragon Ball is genius.
By their first reactions to the inside of the time chamber, with Trunks distraught and Vegeta delighted. Due to the trauma of Trunks' past and his belief that he needs help to succeed, he can't clearly take stock of what he is capable of, when that is all that Vegeta can see clearly about himself. Now, locked in a room together, Vegeta is forced to share a space with his son, and Trunks is forced to challenge his limits in ways he never thought possible. The lies they tell themselves are almost perfect opposites. Trunks wants group cooperation, but doesn't believe in himself. Vegeta believes only in himself, and wants nothing to do with teamwork. Both of their lives...
Does Trunks want group cooperation, or does he want the androids to die? Because his whole thing was, I gotta make sure Goku is alive.
Are in direct conflict, and as a result, they force each other to change.
In what way? How does Vegeta, based upon what happens in the time chamber, accept that help is needed sometimes? Thank you for answering the question, Mark.
The positive change
David
arc
Olugwa says, mental toughness? You mean the guy who cried over the fact he can't beat Frieza?
Wept!
The protagonists start out with varying degrees of denial and suffering. As the story progresses, he's forced to challenge his beliefs about both himself and the world around him until finally overcoming these inner demons, changing for the better.
How did he overcome those demons?
Yeah, I don't... Mark, you're just saying it.
You just saying it.
In this moment that he does care about other people.
Nah, his possession got hurt, so him mad.
He cares about his son, despite being...
Nah, he really don't.
You can't just tell me that he cares about his son.
You can't say he cares about his son, and then the very next arc he goes, I haven't held you. I've never held you, Trunks.
There's nothing that says so before, and there's one thing that says so after, but it actively hurts up everything up until that moment.
Uncaring and unkind in the past, he dashes in to avenge his son in the same careless manner Trunks did against Android 18. This was not a smart move, one Vegeta apologizes for moments later. However, to complete his arc for this saga, he works as part of a team to defeat Cell alongside Gohan, playing the supporting role. Thanks to Trunks, Vegeta, whether he wants to admit it now or not, cares and has grown as a character for the better.
No,
Trunks
he's not! This guy is the only thing standing between everybody dying and not. So if I push this guy over for half of a second, I'm gonna do that. It wasn't I need to do this for the sake of everybody and my growth and all that. It was just, no. If this doesn't happen, everyone dies. That could have happened without him ever hopping into the time chamber with Trunks. That informs nothing about what happened there. There are two huge beams sitting there. This guy who was previously beating Cell is the closest to beating this guy. It has nothing to do with development. It is, if we don't kill him now, everybody dies, absent of development.
Once revived, after all he has experienced through his time with the main cast, has overcome his internal
Obvious reasons.
David, no, I think he means the guy who cried when he couldn't go Super Saiyan. Favorite Super Cat
My God, that he is a weepy man.
The battle genius of letting your enemy get way stronger than you become you are way up your own ass.
Dude,
this happened multiple times.
Struggle too. He now believes that he has what it takes to protect his future. Again, this is similar to the plot of Spider-Man Homecoming. As Peter is seen being crushed beneath a large and very heavy object, he cries out for help, but no one answers. Through his struggles in the film, he realizes that the help Tony gave him didn't make him Spider-Man. He is and always has been Spider-Man, and people are depending on him. Peter, rising to the occasion, utilizing his wound as a motivation to
Nah, bruh, we don't know that that's his wound in the story.
And what happens with Trunks? Based upon training in ways that he physically could not do in the future, he was stronger.
Yeah, he just became stronger.
He did not use anything to get stronger. He did not learn anything to get stronger. He did whatever training that he needed to do in the time chamber, came out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times stronger, went into the future and killed them off.
Peter was always this guy. He just didn't have the confidence to be this guy. Trunks was not the same person he was pre-coming back and after coming back. He's just not the same guy.
There was no lessons learned there. If he had just hopped back got a handful of beans, hopped into the time chamber for a couple days, got his year of training, and went back, he probably could have done it without any sort of lessons or any books learning fancy words.
Written word. Does this guy seriously not watch anything other than DBZ and Marvel slop? Do you know how much I've sacrificed? Probably Vegeta.
Overcome his lie results in one of the most moving and inspirational moments of the film. In that same way, Vegeta and the rest of the supporting cast help motivate and improve Trunks to
No, Trunks improved because he got training he couldn't.
How did
it would be
Yamcha
different if he didn't get training, went back and was just like, I have the confidence to beat you now, so I'm gonna beat you. No, he's just physically stronger.
You said his friends helped him. How did Yamcha help him?
How did Tien help him?
How did Goku help him?
How did Goku help him?
the point where he no longer needs help. He can take care of his world alone. He always had that ability
No!
Come on, Mark.
He didn't have the ability to do so. He wasn't strong enough. He didn't have the potential to do so. He wasn't strong enough. He couldn't go training to do so. Mark!
So, let's say Krillin is as strong as the androids in the Tournament of Power. He always had that within him. You can't just say that and just be like, well, Krillin can go back and defeat it. No. It is a sequence of events that led to this moment outside of development and talking to people. It is just fight, get stronger. He did not learn anything. He was not equally as strong as the androids, but had to pull out some tricks or something. It was, I am now strong enough to beat y'all, just like I came back and finessed Frieza and King Cold. I'm doing that over here. What was his lesson to learn to beat King Cold and Frieza? Nothing. He was simply stronger.
Adrian Rusco
based upon
says
what
his number was very much not big enough.
And that's all it was. And then it was.
He no longer needs help. He can take care of his world alone. He always had that ability or potential in him. He just couldn't see it. He is no longer a boy.
It's not about what he could and couldn't see. There was no way for him to get that out of him.
Period.
In his timeline.
Period.
Is now a man. There are tons of famous father and son stories in fiction, where both characters address their shortcomings and ultimately challenge each other to be better in ways they would never have been able to do alone. Having given myself the time to reflect upon the story that was told between these two characters through this lens, I now see and better understand how important this aspect of the narrative was in creating the moments we all loved and appreciated on the surface.
And you see, he had to go, I have to look at it through this lens.
There's one particular lens that I'll never use again.
There's contrasting lies that they go up against. That's how I need to look at it, to be like, this is the best. What if somebody goes, Android 18 and Krillin are the best based upon this other person's dumb words on a page?
Thanks to the addition of Trunks, the past traumas of both himself and Vegeta were exposed and challenged for the better, ultimately forcing each other to heal from their past traumas, to relinquish their lies they believed, and to adopt a new truth moving forward.
How did
this
Vegeta
relationship
learn
is a
and grow from his past trauma based upon this moment? Because he did not hold Trunks until he was 7 or 8 or whatever. What?
And right before Vegeta was about to die.
You say that, oh, it was him helping. No, it simply was not.
And to adopt a new truth moving forward. This relationship is a complex tale, full of
Angel
innocence,
Essence Goku,
hope,
Dragon
pride,
Instinct Goku, Spirit Saiyan Goku, Primal Instinct Goku.
King Cole probably best DB dad though. Thank you for the super chat average.
He
bro.
has no negatives towards Frieza.
None.
and ultimately catharsis. And it's thanks to this father and son story we've learned that in order to heal, you need to call attention to and address the wounded characters. Thanks for watching.
What?
10.
That is crazy.
10. Terrible.
Dude has to go all the way up the street and around the corner and be like, no, this is what it actually is. 2 different books to be like, nah, y'all don't understand. Through this lens, as you're watching Dragon Ball, you're like, oh, the conflicting lies.
Jay says, can we check out Hero of ZEP 27 by T23? He made his own anime opening for it.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Is that his own?
Yes.
I think that should be saved for his own thing.
But just the opening?
We can look at the opening.
Yay!
And then we can check out something else from Homeboy's channel. See how he's doing. See how our boy is doing. Hey, why is my video in the related?
Yeah. It's a good
Maybe
video.
because I watched it recently.
9 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you shouldn't look at you shouldn't look at the time frames, dude. It's crazy. I
like
got legit.
5.
Yeah, no, I legit got sad looking at them. I was like, this is 14 years ago. I went, holy shit, what are we doing? What part was that? Hero of Z part 27.
Why is that Okiora?
Oh yeah, Grimjaw. But do we count Cooler? If yes, he dropped some. Thank you for the super chat soul.
No, he is not canon yet. So no.
You fiend! You pay.
He's given it more than we've seen, but
Ever.
But this is his own
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's his story.
So of course he's gonna. This guy's a fraud. This is some trash. You do. Oh, I am Frieza for all them other mugs.
I'm a destroyer. Hey, hold on. He put some stank on what?
He did. He did.
Pay for that. You pay for that.
I hate
You took my body.
The beard is crazy. The beard is crazy. You couldn't pick anything else that was easier to do.
No, he could have just. It would have been hard for the energy, but he could have had that steel frame. I guess he couldn't because he needs the hair moving as well. That's a hard shot to do.
The wiki says when Trunks fights 18 and save Vegeta, he's at 187 million as Super Saiyan. When he goes back to be his android, he's at 1.25 billion as Super Saiyan. His number is just bigger.
I need to see those numbers where they came from. So I know sometimes they have a Daisenshu thing,
Yeah.
but if that's the case, it's just like, well,
Yeah.
number.
Here we go.
Okay, wait a second.
Was the beard not the color?
I appreciate in the fight where he's doing the Jiren thing, he put his mark on Goku. I appreciate it. You can see that. This is bad.
Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct
Thank you
Goku.
for the super chat. So why does everyone have beards? To differentiate them. Now they're cats in this universe.
Fired up, ready to go. Wired as and you are
No, come on.
Not our boy.
Come on.
Not our boy.
What are we doing here? What is this? You can't just have people and then just put beards on them.
Can't you?
Stand simple, Kage Yoshi. P23, you're better than this.
Dude.
Does Loxus doesn't have a beard? What's
Divine Instinct Goku, Ultra Essence Goku, True Divine Essence
He got a
Goku.
case against him. I'd be like, hey yo, don't. I'm all for fair use. Don't be using my
Monkey B. Louie. Super chat soul.
Luffy's beard goes over his nose. We can't be critiquing the beard. Why were the earrings different colors? Why was it red? distracted. I was about to say his beard color. You can't correct it in a close-up shot like, oh no, actually. That is a black beard. She does have a color change dress. Hold on, wait a second. What did you? This is just the PNG just sliding across the screen. What was the purpose of that? Who is that?
Gohan?
It's Vegeta's hair, but it's Goku's gi. Go back. What is that? What's your story, sir? Why is your eye like that? What hair highlights? Friend, who are you?
The beat is crazy. This is just for copyright.
Moon Spice says, "We will all know once we watch the whole series."
No.
We need.
I was honestly wondering. I was legitimately wondering if he would do it.
No, dude. Dude.
The kills. Straight
I guess you can. Who are you?
What are we doing here?
He wanted to emulate the energy he has.
Yes.
But who is that energy? Oh, I guess we'll see once he's unlocked. Oh! Who is that black-haired trunk mother?
Oh, boy.
Just Aizen and Acnologia there is killing me. What is that black-haired Trunks? Who is that next to Vegeta? That is not Vegeta. Who are
like
you?
Gohan.
Who is that fused person?
No, you got Gohan over there.
That has to be Vegeta and Gohan fused.
It has to be.
But it might not be. Are these even... Because this is his Goku T23 Abash or whatever it is. These might not be Goku and Gohan and...
Yeah. It might be whoever this universe version of.
Why is Acnologia here?
And who's the hidden villain in the background that we're gonna see
We
someday?
need to unlock him.
Oh.
Exactly.
I really want to watch this series now. Can we please? No, he's got a hard out.
I'm just very curious. That's all it is. Can we skim to see how we're what are we, because we saw green Vegeta in the thumbnail. What are you doing?
Come on, went and she transformed into her Super Saiyan.
Into her Super
Neo Arcadia says, "The foreshadowing is crazy. Can't wait. Wondering if El Germano will make a cameo."
Upon seeing Fatima use her Super Saiyan, all the other Saiyans out there, they followed as they all transformed into their Super Saiyan.
Who are you? I'm so curious about who that is.
Okay, then let's see what you can do now.
Who are you? Who are you? He got mobs coming in. Who are these mother voice actors?
Look,
Proper credit, big ups, fantastic. Unless that's the Vegeta T23. Unless,
it has to.
But it might not be.
Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku.
Yeah, we did get a bearded Naruto. This bum couldn't give us the bearded 3.
Now that I'm using my Destroyer Super Saiyan.
Excuse me?
Let's see what you can do now that I'm using my Destroyer Super Saiyan.
Pause. You couldn't put anything into that line, Reed. You might as well have been reading the back of a cereal box.
Don't drop your guard, Shifty. We're not out of the water.
Shifty! Guard up, Shifty.
Just yet.
Going to your Super Saiyan, huh? Well, that won't stop me, weakling Saiyan.
Calvin went and he used his super.
Why do we have the Black Goku?
Why do we have Black Goku?
Why is the Black Goku from 2001 on my screen right now?
BlackGoku.net or whatever.
David Obugwa says, y'all should watch the Portuguese dub of DBZ next.
We watched the Spanish version. when
Yeah,
we were
I
a kid,
enjoyed it.
because that was the only thing that was uncensored, so we got to see the blood and stuff.
Say it. This is the power I'm going to use to defeat you. After all, I got this power training with the angels. Locust decided to go use his transformation as he transformed to a form called Luranian Essence form.
And this is distilled Dragon Ball fan. This is the degree. I'm not saying this is a rank and file, but this is who Mark was raging against.
Yes.
Of just pure transformation. Because here comes this guy. He's just like, I'm also gonna use my transformation. Go. Oh. Can you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
You're Itachi Uchiha,
so
follower
bad
of the
there.
Uchiha.
He looks
There's one thing I hate.
He looks so. Those eyes. He looks so bad here.
I don't know if this is fan art or whatever, but this is not a good look.
Hate the most, and that is a non-follower of the master trying to get in our way. You're Itachi Uchiha, the one who slaughtered his entire family and clan.
How do you know that?
Adrian Rusco says, Frog Itachi.
I heard a lot about you.
You saved my
Pizza
life.
Steak says, that Itachi looks like a me character.
Entire family and clan. I heard.
Was this AI? Even just from the slight hurt we heard, was this AI?
No.
A lot about you.
You saved my life. Thank you.
That is AI. I was mistaken.
Okay.
I admit my fault.
Thank you.
How dare I assume that T23 could interact with a woman?
That he's got a bitch deep enough to pull a female from.
Well then, it is time I get rid of you too.
There has ever only been one king.
It's crazy that nobody can come anywhere close to this.
Nowhere! You gotta go in the completely opposite end of the spectrum, like 21.
Not before I do. Crushing.
I shouldn't be surprised that anyone. If I showed
You're
up here a dead drawing of me, I'd be like, all right,
I guess so.
I'm about to transform.
Evil spreading truth. Imperium! As Gildar's went and he landed a blow to work.
So that's just straight up Gildarts. That's just straight up Itachi. But we got is Shifty also in the universe. Crazy. This is crazy.
Oh, the unlockable character.
Okay.
Michael was falling short towards Ulquiorra as he started to attack him non-stop. While everyone was fighting, the master has now arrived. As he saw the full-fledged battle was happening and everyone was trying to hold on their own guard against the Arankar since they are very powerful. But from there the master has come and he told everyone individually to stop their battle and to drop their guard. Shifty, Gohan, Juvia.
That's just them! But Shifty exists as well! What the there's a Z.
No waiters. Y'all. Why can't we find anyone near this good? Why?
Like trying to find the next Jordan. You can't just look on the bench and just like, oh, you.
This is the master. Drop your guard.
This is the master. Yeah, we assumed.
What?
Whoa, really? Okay.
Can we get that what again?
What?
This is the master. Drop your guard.
What?
What? Is that AI?
No, he
Whoa, really? Okay. With that, Gohan and Shifty along with Juvia disappeared to the place where the master was. The master saw the next fight and told Gildar's Renji, Ultir, and Alden the same thing, as they're all shocked to hear the master's voice, but his order was also very confusing. If they would drop their guard, they could have died. But before they could do that, all of them end up arriving to the same place where Shifty and Gohan were. Calvin, Locust, this is the...
Are they gonna do a tournament?
No, they can't.
Are they gonna
They can't.
He's taking them all to the same place.
No, they need additional training. No.
The master. Drop your guard.
What? If I do that, I'll get hit.
Why are you putting so much into this? Who are you? What? Show him. Show him.
Cow. All right. All right. I kind of think we're good here.
Let's go through his channel one more time just to see if we can skim. Cause my goodness.
Welcome.
Did he just give up on Bleach World? There's 2 parts, and there's like 8 parts for Jiren.
We know what the people are here for.
Did we see that
I
Super
believe
Saiyan
so.
3 omnipotent form?
Oh, we can try it.
Iroh destroying all timeline has gotten a huge mess, as it required a king of all timeline to make an appearance, but Omni Goku is still struggling to find his final form in order for him to finally achieve his true omnipotent power. In the last part, we mentioned that all the Goku has now Saiyan Ultra Instinct, and he managed to
What's Shifty doing here?
down both of the villains easily without breaking any sweat or effort whatsoever. From there, Unknown has seen a boss, as he remembered him inside Eternal Goku, and since he is artist corrupt
left foot.
Crazy.
Thanks to Iroh, he wanted nothing but a boss's blood. As he looked towards him and said,
This.
Why is the Dragon Ball shining?
Mark would have a heart attack if he saw this.
I want to kill him. Bring me a boss right now.
This is...
So you're
Okay,
a boss.
pause.
Did you think...
I was about to say that Goku was the worst Dragon Ball design I've ever seen. But just the chroma key dragon within him, you got me.
New IOE and IAE New Ent says. Obviously this is from a kid's coloring book.
It's okay to be confused. You really have the power to stop me. Oh, trust me, I do. But like I told you, it is not my battle to stop you. I'm gonna leave it to the Omni Goku here. It is his fight. And once when he achieves the power he needs to, he will destroy incomplete master of all instinct.
Let's do that again.
I guess this bastard wants us to use our full power. No wonder a boss brought us here, and I'm pretty sure he used Master Instinct on him just to toy with him. Now behold our true power, our incomplete master of all instinct.
Now, you're in your green hair form, but now when you're screaming is black consistency, T23.
You're better than this.
Incomplete mastery of...
Oh, Master Instinct?
That tournament.
It's gonna go bananas! It might not even be Tournament Goku anymore. The Tournament of Timelines!
How is this real?
Music's hitting.
And then he goes right into the Fruity Loops drum beat 2 loop. There's nothing else. He heard you. He heard you. You couldn't even get that.
Couldn't even get it.
This is my destroyer incomplete master of all instinct.
Jay says,
Hope you're
what did you rate his intro?
A bars out of 10.
ready to lose.
With Broly and Shifty using their incomplete master of all instinct power, they then were overwhelming Unknown as Unknown.
He has horns.
He has the horns.
You know why? Because of that bastard.
To the top.
Because of that bastard. He's still stinking up the joint.
To the top.
Powerful they were, and from there Shifty went and he came right in front of.
Yo, this is crazy. That's a terrible perspective.
This perspective.
Him, and he struck him right in his stomach, getting to gasp for air while Broly went and punched him in his face as he got sent flying meters away.
Look at his huge chungo.
Gasp for air while Broly went and punched him in his face.
His head is so small.
That arm is outrageous. Oh my goodness.
The perspectives are not hitting.
Face as he got sent flying meters away. Unknown then went and did a backflip as he was amazed to see it and said, "Amazing. I'm a fusion of 13 Gokus, but you guys were able to hit me. It's like, just like a boss."
I'm a fusion of 13 Gokus. Imagine.
Buster says, each one better than the last.
And then
there he transformed.
Okay.
We can't miss this.
You have destroyed plenty of timeline. It is now time you go and fight with Omnipotent Goku. With that, Omnipotent Goku went and he began to power up his ki and said, "I doubted myself. The whole time I thought I was weak, but no. I have now accepted who I am. I'm Goku,
my
the Omnipotent.
wound.
And now, I will use that power to
I'm
destroy
growing.
you."
Thank you, this
You
doctor
still
and
look the
his
same.
words.
How about now? As Goku went and he screamed.
Xenoverse could only pray to These are legit Fruity Loop beats.
Goku, after finally accepting and getting the word of advice from the king of all timelines, he has now finally managed to achieve
One take, no time.
To achieve
these hip hop beats.
From the king of all timelines, he has now finally managed to achieve his.
He kind of sounds like Christopher Walken there.
King of all timelines, he has now finally managed to achieve his omnipotent form. This is Omnipotent Goku. As his ki was overflowing, and from there, everyone was amazed at seeing his power. I'm sorry that took so long. Thanks to a boss, I was able to now have this form. I am omnipotent Goku.
You don't need
What
the
the
brick.
hell? Omnipotent my ass. You're still. Before Iroh could say another word, Goku just swung his fist, and it got him to be sent flying meters away as Goku instantly came right behind him and he broke his spine by kneeing it. Iroh was mobilized as he couldn't believe what Goku did to him, and with that, Iroh managed to go and fix his spine and say,
Goku.
"What the hell? How? I have done everything I can to make sure I'm this strong, but a bastard like you did this."
His right
Scream.
ear.
I'm this strong.
Wow.
He forgot to color it in.
Wow.
It's just nothing there.
It is just nothing there. And you can see where he colored outside the lines here.
But a bastard like you did this. Scream as much you want, but I'll still be the one to defeat you. With that, Goku powered his ki as he charged right towards him, and he began to beat the shit out of it.
Wait, what the hell?
My master, know we have finished the job. Take care, omnipotent Goku. The universe is your hand now.
Pause. Is that his full government name? Or is that just a title that you give it to him?
Thank God everything's back to normal. But Master Abbas, I can see why you're the king of all timelines.
Shifty is my least favorite character in anything that we've done with T23. Even The Last of Us 21. Put all of them in there. I do not like Shifty.
These kooks are too weak for you, man.
He's what?
See why you're the king of all timelines. These kooks are too weak for you, man.
Is that a slur?
As a boss, and everyone said goodbye, and with that, they
on
have
this
returned
month?
right back to their own timeline.
What is that? What is
Upon
the
arriving-
subtitle there between Broly and a boss?
Their own timeline, Michael heard of what happened, as he couldn't believe it, and from there he looked.
Did he say Michael?
Upon arriving their own timeline, Michael heard of what happened, as he couldn't believe it, and from there he looked towards the boss with anger and said,
Pizza Steak says, Toriyama could never.
Never. Well, obviously now.
Heard of what happened, as he couldn't believe it, and from there he looked towards the boss with anger and said,
Wait, what the hell? You told me it's not a big deal. It was a huge deal.
Dude, you're putting too much into it.
This is a
you
Goku
care too much.
T23 joint.
"Hey, relax. Plus, I didn't really use the power, I was just..."
Why is there sweat?
Oh no, I was thinking, why is there another bang just weirdly coming out of this part of his hair?
So we got the half cutting beard because it's right in the middle because it's two beards stitched together.
Yep.
And the sweat is going over or into the beard such that it looks like a saggy boob.
I'm toying over there.
How I knew? I was able to sense your master of all instincts, that's how.
From another timeline, dimension, galaxy.
Also with this, you can see the opacity of the beard.
Hey, relax. Plus, I didn't really use the power.
Right here, the lighting of the eyes. Yeah, you can see the opacity of the beard.
I was able to sense your master of all instincts, that's how. And you using that in a fight and saying it's not a big deal shows it's a huge deal.
Listen, trust me, I was just only using the power just to spar with the current Goku. He's an omnipotent too. His power is really great.
Pause. So I wonder who's gonna win the tournament of Gokus. Is it the omnipotent month? But there's gonna be a double omnipotent one, so who knows?
You missed out a lot, father.
Father! What?
So Shifty is the son of Michael.
That's what you get for being a simp and skipping to come with us to the timeline.
A simp?
That's what you get for being a simp and skipping to come with
He
us.
must have stayed with his wife.
I f***ing hate Shifty. Shifty sucks.
Oh, is Boa the mother?
She is a Saiyan.
The timeline.
That is true, Shifty, and I hope everything goes right back to
stop
normal.
simping.
The Master has restored all the timelines. Back to the current timeline. Omnipotent Goku saw all of his friends has been revived as all the other Gokus came back. From there, they heard what happened as they couldn't believe it, and they're happy that they have returned right back to their timeline, while Omnipotent Goku has now taken over Zeno's place like Daichikin has originally planned, and from there he has become the ruler for that universe, and if any trouble ever arises, he'll be there to stop it, like it was for the last time. Thank you very much for watching this and supporting this series, as this is what I believe would have happened if Goku was born an Omnipotent Saiyan. Thank you very much for liking my video. If you haven't already, click the bell so you'll be the first when the next episode comes out, and drop a like. It shows you appreciate my hard work and all. And if you haven't joined my Discord server yet, click the link in the description below and join it. That way you get the chance to RP. And if you want to be a membership for this channel, I have begun channel membership. Feel free to join
in the Discord? Crazy bars. That's a freak Discord.
Join it, you get to have feature perks that not other people can have. And please check out my backstory, Hero of Z. If you're really intrigued on a boss's power and master all instinct and all that, it'll be all explained inside the backstory as is a current series going on. I'm Goku T23, and as always, my Z fans, have an insane day.
How could I forget?
Okay.
I was just about to say that.
So
$5. You get a lot of badges. That's something. They're evolving.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know what that one next to the blue one is. It's kind of muddled.
Early access to video. Remember shoutouts. When does that happen?
When?
Exclusive
Where?
thumbnail and wallpaper. I guess for a boss and stuff. Member only stuff. Okay. Connecting on social media. Custom
You get a. Now wait a second.
Hold up.
Now wait.
There might be a
second.
There might be a cook going on here.
Meme Spice says, I will say he put a lot of effort into the anime opening he never did.
Hold the on.
That there might be a cook happening there. We'll get back to y'all on that one.
Y'all might see something in the future. Hold on. If we can get an original T23 joint
and a shout out in a video.
Hold on.
Because it includes the previous perks, which includes member shout outs.
Hold on. Now, he's given us a lot of joy.
Absolutely.
He's given you guys a lot of joy.
And I'll say he's not a piece of like Phil as far as we know. He's just the dude that loves Dragon Ball and went a little insane.
He's made offshoots, so different channels with different fan bases and everything. I am a big proponent of if you enjoy something and you have the means to support it.
Yep.
You get something out of it.
I pirated a game once, completed it, and then I immediately bought it. Because it was a good game.
So.
And it's on sale right now. Paradise Killer. $6.
So.
Universal Instinct Goku. Angel Seed Goku.
Converge with the console.
Yes.
And we will come to a decision.
Keep talking. Thank you for the super chat. Buy the membership. We might be a member for a month of Goku T23 at the HOZ fan level. And OC is crazy.
Nuent says, is this worse than Slick Goku?
I want it. That's the worst part. I want it.
Bump all the rest of that.
Yes.
It's a personal one of mine.
T23 joint. Imagine.
It would be our thing for the year.
All right, that's we will converge and we will come to a decision.
Yes, sir. I wish I would have known. I wish you would have did this before the April Fool's joint.
That would have been.
That would have been nice. I think we should go watch Skibbity Toilet.
We just did.
Thank you for the super chat. So, how many members does he have?
I don't think you can really see that.
You can if you go to their channel, I believe.
I think you can see like a rough.
Welcome to the.
I guess it's only
you have to be a member in order to see it. You can make a guess based upon how many members badges they have, but that's not a full.
What's a popular video recently? Boom. Not a one.
Oh boy.
Not a one. Not a one.
Okay.
Y'all
Chris
don't
the Choke
deserve
says,
this, man.
Bro is getting money bag.
Dude, yeah. Alright. We're gonna potentially become. Cause it's a
show the chat replay. And skip ahead a little bit. What are y'all doing? Pay this man! Y'all posers! What are you doing?
Yeah, this is terrible.
He
This man has brought so much joy to lives.
We might have to break him off a little bit. I would say to not do it in the ALX channel. Cause
that is fair.
I don't want him to know somebody's out here trashing him. This is crazy. What are y'all doing? Y'all don't appreciate this man.
Nope. Crazy.
Crazy.
Alright, we're out of here.
Alright. Back to normal revisited.
Yep.
Yeah, it's we've got plenty of different accounts. So don't you worry about that. That's what it is.
Leo Luster says, don't feel guilty for people not paying into an addiction.
It's odd that we're just like, mother, don't give Anime Wins money. And then we're just like, hey, yo, where's the open up your wallets for T23?
Because it feels like T23 is doing it for the love of the sport.
For the game.
He's
for the
doing
love
it for
of the game.
That muff is
beating muffs.
Anime Wins just like, please, sir, another nickel? Nah, I'm gonna make you an OC.
Yeah, that's like I said in the episode 2 weeks from now, we might not be a revisited based upon me going on the con.
Yep.
Asterisk. Don't expect it. A stream, I mean, not a normal revisit. Don't expect it. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't be. I have early days on Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
So I get off at I get there at 6 and get off at 2:30. So I don't know if you got those days off, but if you wanna,
I got Saturday off. I mean, Thursday off. Definitely. I can probably ask for Friday off if people haven't already taken it off. Yeah, I can just go ahead.
If there's something we want to do, we can do it then. But if not, just a normal review.
Yeah, we might do a holiday stream. You know what? Yeah, why not? Instead of just quote unquote recording it, why not just do a stream of it?
Who knows?
And just take away all the alerts and such for it. Who knows? We'll see what we want to do.
He should pay somebody to write for him.
Absolutely.
But that takes away the creative process. It becomes kind of like Death Note, where somebody's writing it and somebody's drawing it and they're not really communicating. It just comes together and makes a masterpiece. And who wants that?
I have to give the channel points to the people for the ending.
The state of you.
Dude, I tried.
The literal state of you.
This is gonna be the last time I use it until it's done.
The state.
So I have the shove off clip. That's just gonna be the ending until I figure this thing out.
The state.
I honestly don't know at this point if it's gonna work or I just got to use something else. I like the way it looks. It's just I don't know if my idea of it is gonna work, and it might just need to switch out for some. All right. So we are out of here.
I might give it a crack since I've got some free time coming up.
Yeah, I can even show you, like, I got the mask still, and it's just like, it's not looking the way I want it to look. Yeah.
Big wind.
Oh yeah, the wind blows much.
Big hot wind.
Oh no, it's about to get cold. It's supposed to be like 54.
What?
At the lowest, yeah. Today, yeah.
Today?
Chris the Chilled says,
low is like 54.
if anyone need a video to be edited, just hit me up.
Oh, okay, yeah, I might have you I might have you do the ending.
What?
Yeah.
Burger time tomorrow is gonna be a little chilly.
Yep.
That's crazy.
We got all these thunderstorms coming, and it's gonna chill everything out.
Well,
we
it
need a
needs to
best
chill
of
out.
T23 video. What the?
That's just go to any time we do T23 and it's the best of.
Have we never not gotten a big laugh out of doing a T23
never.
thing? Then what could possibly be the best of?
It's just everything. Obviously, the best moment is what? No. I will hear no argument. What you got?
The spaceship disappearing into a non-black hole.
I understand. I don't care. What is so good? Just saying. What?
We might have to throw up a poll of just like, hey, what's the best T23 moment?
That's it.
Confused. People love
Confused is number 2 over the black hole.
Impossible. Black hole is crazy.
It's crazy. But what? Come on now.
Alright, yep. Let's get out of here.
Extendo user!
It's my demon time.
Everything I've said until this point is from an objective standpoint.
Tell them they can shove off.